What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Locker Room Rant, the greatest show on YouTube. And I ain't shitting. It's the best. To my left, we got John V. Down below him, we got the goofy-ass Nico. And next to him, we got a special guest today, Mr. Bashar. Introduce yourself. Tell us where we can find you.
What's up, guys? I feel honored to be on here. Been buddies with John for a little bit on this YouTube thing. We're both Niner fans, and he's just a cool dude. And it's cool to be here with his cool friends. You know, I love watching you guys. But ever since he told me about you guys, I've been going around, clicking around your old little videos and watching you guys fight with each other and all that. But I'm another 49er fan, and my channel is 49er Minded. Grew up in the Bay Area pretty much. I'm living over in Northern California now, a little north of Sacramento. It's super hot here. We're going to be facing triple digits for the rest of the week. But my channel is 49er Minded. You can find me on Twitter at 49er Minded, on Instagram at 49er Minded. I got a Facebook group too, and had a lot of cool guests on there. Had John on there, had some great Niner content creators on there, and it's been a lot of fun, man. Every now and then I talk Golden State Warriors basketball too, because hey, we're in the playoffs, right?
You a big Golden State
Talk
fan?
some pizza.
Oh yeah, been a Golden State Warriors fan since '87, and I'm definitely a pizza guy. If you want to talk pizza later or whenever, I don't know. There's never a bad time to talk about pizza or eat it.
There you go.
Yeah, even though I'm not Italian, but whatever.
We'll get into some pizza.
Who cares?
Bashar,
Yeah,
Bashar, well,
I'd be Italian, like a good pizza.
Exactly. Or
Bashar.
cook one.
we welcome you to the jungle, buddy.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead.
We gotta cut it. We gotta cut it off real quick. Oh, I got some Beavis and Butthead locked and loaded, buddy. Where is that? Actually, I think I took it off here. Anyways, let's get into the show.
What's up, Tanya? Thanks for joining us, family.
Tanya
We
say
got
out in the
Bashar,
house. What's up,
NFL
Tanya?
royalty.
Yeah,
Denise.
making sense.
Let's go.
All right, guys, let's just jump into it. We got the Celtics. We got the Heat. Celtics knocked out the damn Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know if I know Nick was happy about that.
Well, I liked both of those teams. Those teams were probably my two favorite teams in there, so I would have been happy either way.
Okay. Go ahead, talk about it.
I just feel that the Celtics are the best team right now. I feel like they finally, after like 2-3 years of having Jaylen Brown and Tatum not being able to mesh together, they finally got it. They finally got it together. I think they're going to win the championship this year.
Whoa.
Relax.
I said it from get-go. I said it from when the playoffs started.
You're entitled to that. You're entitled to that. I disagree with you, but you're entitled to that.
Nick, I need to know exactly why you think, and I want you to get into detail. Let me know exactly why you think they're going to win the championship.
Because I think that they both. I think that there's always been a kind of dichotomy between Tatum and Brown, where they were able to be individually great, but they weren't able to be great together. Now they also have pieces around them that also function well as role players, and they are able to be the stars and cohabitate together.
That was good stuff, Nick. Thank you. Bashar, who do you like in this series, buddy?
I'll be honest. I think the Celtics are probably going to win. I'll be surprised if Miami does. The Celtics are just that tough, defensive, gritty team. And as a Warriors fan, if we get to the finals, I'm going to be worried about playing the Celtics. But I'll worry about my team and what we got to do in these Western Conference Finals, of course. But yeah, I'd take, if I were to put my money, I'd say Celtics.
Johnny.
Ooh. Look, I don't see Boston stepping out of this Heat series, man. I think it's going to be close. I think it goes 7. I think game 7, the Heat take this game. I do see a lot of promising talent out of Jason Tatum. Dude's grown into his role. This is his time, but it's not this year. Not in my opinion. I think Boston is good. They're very well rounded. They're very well coached, but at the end of the day, the Heat are very well coached, and they're championship bound. They've been there, done it. They're seasoned. They got a hell of a team. Quiet. Yo, we talked about this, right? The Heat are quiet. They made it here. They did their part. But at the end of the day, this is going to be the Miami Heat versus the Golden State Warriors, in my opinion, in the finals. I don't know. I do like Dallas, though. I do like Dallas. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, Bashar, no offense, homie, but that series with Memphis was back and forth, up and down, and everything in between. A lot of turnovers. That's not going to fly with Dallas.
Oh, I agree. They were very sloppy. They were so sloppy. I mean, especially that game where they got blown out. Where it was almost like a 50-point. They were down by 50 at one point in the game. I know Mike Brown took over and was the coach that game. Kerr wasn't there, but still, you can't be that
how I feel.
sloppy with the basketball and expect to win games. So
you know how I feel about Mike Brown.
I forget. Oh, I know. Go ahead, let it out.
No bueno.
Well, Kerr's coming back anyway, so that's a good news.
Go ahead, Nick.
Doesn't really matter who's coaching that team.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't give a damn how many talented players you have on the court, Nick. At the end of the day, you still need a coach. There's a perspective that you don't see as a player. You need to you need a better rotation. Like Mike Brown was poop, bro. Dude was poop.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, maybe, like, when you're talking about the grand scheme of things, yes. But if you're talking about, like, all right, they've already played a full season, like, Mike Brown could come in there and fill in. I mean, those players know what they're doing.
Not in the playoffs.
Didn't
Dude was garbage.
Didn't the Cavs go to a finals with Mike Brown?
Yeah,
they did.
And they basically had just LeBron that year?
Yeah.
Correct. Very easy to coach one guy.
I mean
maybe LeBron was the coach that year.
Yeah,
he might have been. He was the coach every other year.
LeBron was very young. That was like the last pure season LeBron ever had.
Was that his first finals or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
They got swept by the Spurs. The Celtics Heat. I think the Heat might be the most underrated team of all time. Nobody's talking. They're a 1 seed for Christ's sakes in the East, in the loaded East. They were a 1 seed. And like we're still not talking about them. They're in the conference finals, and we're still not talking about them. Like everyone's talking. Who you got there, John?
Jimmy Butler.
They're actually playing right now, guys. I don't know if any of you guys had the game on, but
it was tied last time I checked.
This is the X factor right here. This is the guy.
So, John, I was thinking about you today. I was thinking about these Funko Pops that you have, and I was thinking if Miami loses and the Mavericks lose, you might have a John Funko Pop curse going on over there, because all of those Funko Pops and all those guys that are in the playoffs, if it ends up being Celtics Warriors, you're gonna have a curse on your hands.
Are you saying that they should make a John Funko Pop doll? Is that what you're telling us? Or?
Get me a Funko Pop, fam. I should be one because this guy shit the bed. This guy right here. Good old Chris Paul, right?
Oh, Chris CP. Yeah, he did.
This dude. 9-time all-team something or another, 7-time all-pro defensive player.
I'm going to take the Heat in 6. I'm going to go Heat in 6 for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm just feeling it. They're just underrated, and people are shitting on them all year. And I think they're going to win. Fuck it. Okay. Mavs and Warriors. Let's start with.
No, Denise. This man did. This man.
Go ahead, Bashar.
Oh yeah. Well, obviously I'm going to be a little biased because I'm a Warriors fan, but the Warriors, like in the first series, for example, they're going up against Jokic, and the Warriors are extremely undersized, but they found a way to circumvent that, and even the Grizzlies team was just a lot bigger team. Minus their stupid, their ridiculously stupid passes that they do sometimes, and or they're just careless with the basketball. Other than that, the Warriors have showed me a lot though, because I really wanted them to pick up some more big men and some big guys, and our GM has a stick up his ass, Robert Myers, for whatever reason. I mean, he's a great GM. He does a lot of great things, and we have some really nice rookies and young guys built up for the future. But as far as helping your team right now and get another big guy, I don't know why they don't do it. But with that said, they still find a way to beat these bigger teams. So Luka, on the other hand, does worry me though. So because I don't know, they say he's 6'7". He looks like he's freaking 6'9" out there, and he just bullies people. And he's like
up tall.
He's like, fuck you. I might not be cut and ripped like you are, but hey, fuck you. I'm backing your ass down. And you can't fucking stop me because my body's way bigger than yours. I'm shooting this bullshit over you, and you can't fucking block my shot. Or hey, I'm fucking at the 3-point line. I'm shooting this shit over you. Or hey, I'm gonna razzle down. I'm gonna slow the game down to my fucking tempo and razzle dazzle and pass it out to Dinwiddie so he could fucking hit a shot. It's just like, how do you stop this guy? You don't. I don't know if you do, but we got Draymond Green. Wiggins can defend too, and if they fucking ever put Kuminga in the games, it'd be nice. He can defend, but our coach doesn't like to play rookies. But yeah, I'm worried. I'm a little worried. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully the Warriors bring their A game, and then we don't see what we saw in that Game 5 again in that Grizzlies matchup. So
Brandon, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Brandon? Good to see you, family. I
Brandon,
think just the turnovers, bro. The turnovers, Bashar. That's the one thing that Draymond's got to just protect the ball a little bit, right? I mean, he makes some really suspect passes to Steph, and it's not just a couple of times. Like, he's got some really low passes, bro. He's basically rolling it like a bowling ball and expecting Steph to like tumble to catch it, bro. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, we're the Jimmy G's of the NBA. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Draymond's the Jimmy G of the NBA when it comes to passes. It's kind of weird. TL, what's up, brother? Congratulations on the Magic.
T to the L. Oh, you guys got the number one pick? Okay, cool. Good for you guys.
They did. Congratulations to Orlando, because God knows they need it.
Draymond's been known as one of the better passing big men in the league for like the last.
He's really good at facilitating the offense, but as of late, just the whole team, even Curry's passes have been wild. It's just like, come on, guys, slow it down, please. We can't do this.
I'll tell you what. When it comes to playoff basketball, a lot of playoff basketball has to do with pace and playing with your pace. If a team likes to play slow, to speed them up to your pace, or if a team likes to play fast, slow them down to play at your pace. Pace is all I ever hear in playoff time. And I got news for you. Luka plays at his pace. No one speeds him up. No one slows him down. He plays at his own pace. And for whatever reason, no team can get him off his pace. Now, don't get me wrong. He's got the squad needs to really play out of their minds to beat this Golden State team. I don't know if he has the supporting cast to fuck with them. I mean, Curry's going to go off, Thompson, Draymond, Wiggins, and yeah, Dinwiddie. That's cute. Okay, that's cute, but let's get serious. It's still Dinwiddie. Okay. I got to tell you, I'm cheering. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm cheering for Luka. I love.
I feel you. I know where you're going with it.
I love watching like a one man just take it over, and if he can win, if he can win this whole damn thing, that would be very, very fucking wild to me. That would be like LeBron when he took that first championship with the Cavs. If he would have beat the Spurs that year. I think there's something to say in today's NBA when you got all these guys, the three-headed monsters teaming up to try to own the league and win 10 championships in a row. If a guy like Luka could take these hillbillies, this team of hillbillies to the promised land.
The team of hillbillies.
Speaking
the Dallas Hillbillies.
Speaking of hillbillies.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't look
You're
right.
Dallas.
That didn't look right.
That's for you.
I know, dude. If anything, we're getting a real raw view of his
You,
chunk,
Dallas.
and it's awful.
Dallas,
That was for the ladies out there.
Dallas
That's-
Mavericks.
Save some women for the rest of us, Nick. Take it
It's
easy,
all
bro.
for the ladies. It's all for the ladies.
I think an unsung hero of the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, I know he's getting a little bit of press. Is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has been very, very good these playoffs.
He's been good, but it's Jalen Brunson. It's Spencer
Dude,
Dinwiddie.
It's Luka, bro.
Maxi Kleber. That Powell. Don't they have a big man named Powell?
Dwight Powell.
Dwight Powell. I mean, Boobon. They still got Boobon.
Yeah, I think they do.
They do.
Do they have
He gave Chris Paul a hug, and he grabbed the back of Chris Paul's head, and his hand basically he could palm Chris Paul's head. It looked like he was like petting a baby bird. It was crazy.
You know what's crazy to me? No one ever uses Boban at all. And I feel like he's a
Did it ever occur to you that he sucks?
No, he doesn't suck. He doesn't suck at all. He's one of the better players in the world, but nobody ever play. They don't play him in the NBA.
Whoa. Better players in the world.
In international play, he's one of the best players.
Okay, but this isn't international play. Now, the international players have succeeded immensely in the league. I mean, I would say now, look, your Durant's, your Kyrie Irving's, your LeBron James, these guys aren't here. Trae Young, none of these cats. But your international players are the stars of the league and have been extremely relevant in the playoffs. So you're making a point, but not for Boban.
But even in the NBA, Boban, when he does get time, when he does get PT,
He gets stats.
He produces.
He's a giant.
They just don't ever play him.
I think the problem.
He probably has some type of defensive stuff with him being so slow and everything, but
yeah, slow. I was just gonna say that he can't move. The dude is moving in slow motion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always thought it was weird that Boban didn't get more PT everywhere he's been. But I mean, I do like Brunson. I think Brunson has been an unsung hero of this Dallas team. I think he's a good young player. He's still pretty young. He's only been in the league a couple years. He's always had a history of success. Luka's obviously one of the best players in the world. Yeah, I mean, I think Dallas could beat Golden State. I'm just never going to bet against Steph Curry.
Thank you. Just kidding.
John.
Hey, Klay Thompson looked pretty damn good that last game too, right? He started coming alive.
I mean, he still hit a shot.
He's there when you need him.
Splash
Draymond.
party.
If Draymond can keep his hands to himself and not get thrown out of games, not have to miss games. I don't know, man. They can attack you from anywhere, and their ball movement. Just watching those guys is like poetry in motion. Like they're constantly moving. They're finding the right shots. I mean, they're unbelievable. But
Yeah.
Dallas got Luka. Luka's playing like a man possessed right now, and it's fun to watch.
He's an excellent one man show, but that Warriors ball movement's probably. I mean, I watched the great Celtics teams, the great Lakers teams, the great Bulls teams. I can't correct me if I'm wrong, guys. And I might sound biased. If I sound biased, let me know. But I haven't seen better ball movement. I mean, when the Warriors are on point, not when they stink it up and do those stupid turnovers or whatever. But when they're on point, the ball movement is the shit, dude. It's like a fucking symphony out there. It's amazing.
Agree. I haven't
sorry
seen
for cutting you off.
anything like it.
It reminds me of I haven't seen ball movement like that since like the
Pistons.
No, I'd say the Spurs when they had Ginobili,
Okay. That makes sense.
Parker, Tim Duncan. I mean, those guys would find an open shot every time. Who was the defensive guy that only shot threes, always wore a bow tie?
Bowen. Oh, it's Bruce Bowen.
Bruce Bowen. That was him.
Yeah.
Man, they had a sick team back then. Robert Horry.
Ginobili.
Ginobili,
Tim Duncan,
I mean, those
Dave
teams
Robinson.
I just don't think they were as fast. Those are all big guys. I mean, okay.
They
with
weren't
the
a
exception
fast
of
team, but
Ginobili.
Parker was fast, and
Parker
Ginobili
was
could get up
fast
the
as
court.
shit.
Parker
And
was
later
fast.
Kawhi Leonard.
But at the end of the day, the Warriors team, the way they move the ball is still faster. It's a faster pace than anything I've seen. I'm sure teams have done it, but their ball movement is stupid fast.
John, who are you going with?
For the Mavs Warriors, I just my only concern in this is that Phoenix was not a good example to make Dallas so relevant. For what I'm trying to say is Phoenix did not play to their potential. They did not play well. So we don't have a very good. It's not enough for me to say that they can beat the Warriors. Because, Phoenix has playmakers, but nobody stepped up. Devin Booker, what? He was third or fourth for MVP this year. Completely invisible, bro. He disappeared in the series, just like Chris Paul did in the State Farm commercials, and then Chris Paul did his own disappearing act. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like, Dallas does have Luka, but you need more than Luka to beat the Warriors. Even a Warriors team that's turning the ball over a dozen times, you still need. I need to see better from Dallas to be convinced that they can win in 6. I'm going to take the Warriors in this series. I just think that, they're battle tested, bro. Regardless of what, they overcome it all.
Yeah, for whatever reason, listen, if I'm going with my head, it's Warriors all day, probably in 5. I'd say Warriors in 5. I'm going with my head. But damn it, I love going with my heart. and when I go with my heart, I say Mavs in 7. Luka magic continues and rolls on down to Miami and takes over that whole fucking city too. Let's go, Luka.
Let's go.
All right. Do you guys think James Harden deserves a Supermax deal from the 76ers? Let's talk about this.
100% no. None. And you couldn't even convince me at this point.
Let's start with you, Nick. Go ahead.
Listen, James Harden, I mean, he hasn't really played super good this year. On top of that, he's a cancer. He's a cancer on your team. If he's upset, then he just decides he doesn't want to play on that team anymore and he wants out. And it doesn't take much. I mean, how long was he on the Nets for? He was on the Nets for like a year and a half. And then he decided he wanted out. And then he just got fat and started missing shots on purpose. You can't have that. You can't have that on your team.
Who's missing shots on purpose?
James Harden.
It's Harden.
Like, he was just
do you think he was wrong for wanting out of that situation in Brooklyn?
Listen, you want out of one situation, I'll give it to you. If it's
How old do you? I mean, dude, he has been the man he's burned up. Dude's burned up. James Harden is burned up. Like, dude wanted a shot elsewhere. Kyrie was a cancer, not James Harden.
Harden's a cancer too. There were 2 cancers on that team.
I disagree. Dude, you asked, the question was, does he deserve a Supermax deal? No. The question is not, was he a cancer? He's never been a cancer. James Harden has not been a cancer.
He has.
Not in my opinion. No way.
What about at Houston?
What about Houston?
He gained like 30 pounds and just decided he was going to play like shit. Didn't try.
Didn't try or wanted out?
He didn't try and he wanted out and he gained.
I don't think his weight gain had anything to do with it.
Absolutely it does. You have to be in physical shape to play basketball.
Oh, I've seen some big dudes play some basketball. Maybe not an NBA level, but I've seen some big dudes ball.
You have to be in your peak shape. They pay you money to be in shape to play basketball. You have
Dude,
the
he has
obligation
trainers
to be in shape.
It's not.
Then why did he look like he ate hot dog shop every day for 3 weeks?
You can eat hot dog shop. You can eat hot dog shop as often as you want, homie. But the trainers on the team are in charge, dude. You've got to follow up with the regimen, dude.
Not if the player doesn't want to do it.
Well, that wasn't the question.
You must not have heard of a guy named Jamarcus Russell.
Oh my gosh.
That is not on the team. That is 100% on the player.
Remember Oliver Miller back in the day?
Yeah.
That guy was awesome.
I feel like
Phoenix Suns, yeah.
I feel like Harden is he's getting a bad rap for this shit. He's supposed to go on to a 76ers team who was more reliant on Embiid than anything else, and then made out to be, you got to be the guy here. Like, he's been the guy. He had to be the guy in Houston. And, it's kind of like LeBron on the Cavs. Like, you give me no one and expect me to pull shit out of my ass. They went to the playoffs.
Whoa.
His career, John.
What do you mean?
Joel Embiid.
He's got Embiid.
But Embiid was out for that series with a fucking fractured face.
He played, first of all. Second of all,
he played what? Played the first game, fucked up his face. Played in game what? Game 6? Game 5?
I think
they were out in what?
And
I think he only missed games 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay, that's too much.
Okay, he got hurt, dude.
I don't give a shit.
How many stars do you want on a team? How many stars do you want to be on a team?
How many stars does it take,
How
Nick?
many stars do you want on a team?
I don't want a lot of stars on a team. I don't like a lot of stars on the team.
Don't look at Harden and try to basically say what he's doing is fine.
I'm saying that Philadelphia expected him to be the guy.
No, he didn't.
No one expected
him to carry the team.
Expected
him to carry the team.
Out,
yeah.
Who's your team?
My favorite team?
Yeah.
The Cavs.
Okay. If Garland went out,
he did.
Who'd you expect to carry the team?
I didn't expect anyone to carry the team. The team,
you're impossible.
Played lights out.
You are fucking impossible.
We don't have a guy. We didn't have a guy. Garland was the guy. I expected more out of Mobley, but I mean, dude's young. What was I supposed to expect? Expect more out of Markkanen? Dude was pretty good, pretty solid. I don't know, man. I expected things out of Okoro, but dude, we didn't have a guy. Garland was the guy.
Okay.
I think he's trying to get that point.
Yeah, fuck that point. Bashar.
Hey, John V. I don't know if you know this, but James Harden's a 49er fan. But not that makes me like him or hate him anymore.
You know what though?
I'm a Niner fan, obviously, but
I don't hate James Harden. I don't. I've been trying to get that dude's beard regimen forever. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad at him. I just think that when you suffer injuries, like, that's it, dude. Like, I don't. With Embiid and Harden, I don't think that Harden was really putting up much, even with Embiid. I think that a lot of people were asking, where was James Harden in that series? Period. Right? I just think he's burned out. He's burned out.
Let's talk dollars and cents. So I just looked it up. He's currently making $44 million per year. What kind of money is he looking for? I mean, I thought that was his max contract right there. $44 million is a whole lot.
I think
it is a lot.
Here's the
I think
thing.
that's the max. Now, if you're the 76ers, do you give him the super max again for like another, I don't know, 4 or 5 years?
Fuck no. No.
That's a whole lot.
Dude is now just an addition to your team. He's not going to be a star.
I wouldn't say an addition.
I think he had 11 points last game, Tony.
I think we look at James Harden and we want to remember the 50-point
Right.
games, 50-point games in a row, whatever the hell he's doing over there at Houston. He's not that guy anymore. He's not that guy.
There's a lot of
Tell you-
miles on James Harden, bro.
Tell you what he is, though. He's still a hell of a fucking basketball player. And you're not going to go around the NBA and find – you're not going to find 5, 6 point guards better than him.
Yeah, even with Nick and his fucking Atkins diet, like dude can be 30 pounds over and still be a killer ball player.
He's 30 pounds over his playing weight. So when he came in this year, he wasn't 30 pounds overweight.
He's not 20 fucking years old, dude.
You're
what the fuck?
Obligated to perform and work in the off season. When they pay you that much money, you have an obligation to do that. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm unhappy, so I'm just not going to go to work today," or "I'm going to go to work and just not do anything." How would you feel if one of your dishwashers came in and just was like, "Hey, you know what? I'm pissed. I'm not going to wash any dishes, or I'm going to wash them slow as shit."
I mean, welcome to the world. I deal with that every day.
Tell you what, you're not going to do. You're definitely not going to give him a supermax contract.
Yeah, you're not going to give that dishwasher a supermax contract.
So Nick, explain to me this. Do you think Harden is worthy of another contract?
Listen, if I was the 76ers, I'd try to shop him around. Is he a free agent this year?
I'm not sure what that looks like. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I don't even know what.
I mean, if he's a free agent, I'd let him walk. If he's under contract, I try and see what I can get for him, because there's still a team that's going to reach for him.
Yeah, you know what? If Philly wants to be relevant, go out and get DeAndre Ayton or
DeAndre Ayton.
Fuck, he doesn't suck. He's up for a supermax contract and rightfully deserves it. Someone's going to give it to him.
I would not.
Yes, he is.
Anyway,
that's because you haven't paid attention to the Phoenix Suns. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But that's besides the point.
I pay attention to the Phoenix Suns. Ayton's weak.
Joe,
weak
what's
guy
up,
in a
Joe?
really strong guy's body. Here's the thing.
What's up,
DeAndre
homie?
Ayton is going to get a max contract,
He very
whether
well
it be with the Suns or somebody else.
You're talking about
The
him
fucking
going to the
Portland Trailblazers could
Trailblazers.
fucking use him.
The Trailblazers. I hope they got the Trailblazers don't get him. That's the last thing.
Well,
Yeah,
it's something that they need because y'all ain't fucking relevant either.
I pulled up Harden's salary for next season. It says he's going to make $47 million, and I guess that's when his contract ends. So,
But
yeah, that's when his contract ends next season. But he's going to make $47 million next year. That's a shit ton of money, dude.
yeah,
Crazy.
when Harden
for a guy that only plays offense.
when he's motivated, he's awesome. But you have to have him motivated, and he gets really unmotivated quickly.
You were the fucking guy. Well, how much more fucking motivation do you need? You were the guy.
Little Miley
Right?
Cyrus.
I mean, he was supposed to fucking carry this team in the series, right, Nick? He deserves a contract.
What? First, no, he doesn't deserve.
Fuck out of here. He does not deserve a fucking supermax contract. And TL brings a point. Send Harden to Denver and bring Donovan Mitchell.
I don't think they do that trade.
Why
I would
not?
never do that. I would never do that. Donovan Mitchell's better than Harden.
Donovan Mitchell.
Apparently, they don't get along over there. Gobert and fucking Mitchell don't get along.
Then trade.
Can't
Gobert.
have a toxic.
I would trade Gobert.
No way. You would never trade Gobert.
Are you
I
gonna
would
trade?
trade- I would trade Gobert over Donovan Mitchell.
So you're gonna trade a guy who's Donovan Mitchell 25, 26, 24?
Well, if Philly wants to be relevant, they're going to have to get younger.
Okay, but I'm saying Denver wouldn't do that. Denver wouldn't trade Donovan Mitchell.
I see TL's comment. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Aiden is
Denver.
softer than Charmin.
Denver. Why would Denver?
The Jalen Rose thing.
Nick,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Denver wouldn't trade Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I don't think they trade Donovan Mitchell.
He's not on their fucking team.
Oh, Utah.
Utah.
Utah, I mean.
I'm sorry. I said Denver. My bad. It was my bad. It was my bad.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't deserve it.
You know what? These guys want to start spewing teams out there, players playing for wrong teams. We don't play that shit here on the Locker Room Rant. When you say a player's on the wrong team, you go to the fucking penalty box. Both y'all. I'm gonna see if Bashar.
Get in the little booth. Get in the little. You ever see Eddie Griffin's little comedy bit on the NHL and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Did you ever see
yeah.
Eddie? He's talking about how when they get in fights and he's like, get in the little booth. Get in the little booth. And he was trying to say it's racist because the NFL and NBA doesn't have that little booth after they get in fights. It's too funny.
That's
Little
good.
funny. I love Eddie Griffin. I love comedy. I'm always bringing up little jokes. Where those guys go, man? So, they're in trouble, huh? Yeah, well, yeah. But don't give Harden. I don't know. $47 million is enough money for the guy. Jeez, how much does he want? I don't know. Well, there he is. They're back. They're back.
Sorry, Nick.
At least the justice was fair.
It was fair. Listen. I even sent you back. I sent you back, and Tony took you back out. That was totally my fault.
At least
That was totally my fault.
was dealt fairly. I respect
Nick,
It was.
That was your chance to call John out, and only him could have gone to the penalty box. But no, you went along with it, saying Denver should not trade Donovan Mitchell.
You're the guy that corrects everybody, then all your friends call you a dick for it. Because I kind of do that too sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But Utah wouldn't trade Donovan Mitchell.
All right, so I'm over James Harden. I think we're never going to see the Houston James Harden again. We're never going to see that guy.
I'm sorry, but I don't get how you mess up that super team, or that supposedly super team that they tried to build. Kevin Durant and Kyrie and James Harden. I don't know how you messed that up.
It's
Which
very
is a
simple.
good-
Kyrie, dude. It's Kyrie.
Which is a fantastic transition into our next topic. Kyrie versus Nike. Everyone is saying reports that Nike is not going to renew his contract after this year. Thoughts?
Did they say why?
Hold on. You know what? Nick's just gonna turn this into the Nick show. So you're gonna have to, delegate this,
I just
Tony.
asked the question.
Okay. Nick. Kyrie is Nike's going to drop Kyrie after this year.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I haven't heard any real reason that Nike said, but here's the thing: Kyrie's not a likable player.
I agree, TL.
He's not a likable player. People start to get tired of your bullshit, and he's not a guy that if I was one of those people that went and got
You made them a fuck ton of money. Yeah. Don't give me that shit. I don't give a fuck. This is business, bro. Don't sit here. Dude, he made them a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, he did make them a fuck ton of money. Is he going to make them a fuck ton of money now?
Yes, he will. People are going to buy his shoe. Just because you think he's full of shit doesn't mean everybody does. Hell, I think he's full of shit. But I'm still not going to be the guy that's going to be like, don't go buy his shoe because he's full of shit.
Okay, how about this?
People are going to buy Kyrie. People are going to buy his fucking.
I don't have kids.
People are going to buy his shoes.
If your son was like, or your daughter or whatever, was like, hey, I want to buy Kyrie's shoe, are you going to be like, no, get somebody else's shoe? Or are you going to be like, okay, let's get Kyrie's shoe?
Well, no, here's the thing.
They can choose. Fuck it. I wouldn't say no.
Nike gets to decide whether or not he gets the shoe. So they can say, hey, Kyrie, guess what? You don't have a shoe anymore. But guess who does? John Morant. Now you have the Morants. Nike Morants.
Okay,
why?
So
you can't have the Morants and the Kyries? They can't coexist on the same fucking platform? Come on, bro. You're fucking ridiculous.
Nike can't pay every athlete $1 billion.
The fuck they can't! Nike is $1 billion corporation, bro. Don't sit here and tell me they can't. When the fuck were you their accountant? I'm sorry. I missed the moment that you were the fucking accountant for the corporation of Nike. Tell me they can't afford to have two shoes?
Hey,
what the hell's the matter with you?
All Nike has to do is decrease the wages at the sweatshops, and they're good. So,
Oh my God! What the fuck?
Shots.
They
fired.
can't afford it, Nick. I can't believe you fucking said that.
No, they could have like 5 other people that would probably outsell Kyrie.
Here's the thing.
No, Kyrie sells shoes, and he's still selling shoes as we speak.
I got news for you. I've never seen a Kyrie shoe. I don't know what a
That's
Kyrie
because you wear the same fucking sneakers since we were in 8th grade.
No,
The
actually,
fuck are you talking about?
Actually,
When was the last time you walked into finish line?
Actually,
Yeah,
I
Nick's
just-
wearing-
Never.
Nick's wearing them. Nick's wearing those Ricky Rubios.
I wish.
Dude,
No, Terry
he's wearing a
Porters
fucking
or
cross
Terry
trainer
Porters
from
or Clyde
20 like
Drexlers.
he's wearing a pair of fucking cross trainers from 2009. He just keeps buying them over and over and over again.
Hey, but here's the deal, though. Is Nike telling Kyrie, hey, you better get up off your ass this next season and play
That's what I'm saying.
closer to 82 games, or at least some fucking 70 games, not this 10 games a
That's a
year
good
bullshit that he's
point.
pulling out of his ass.
Why we're just paying this guy millions and millions of dollars to sit on the bench?
Well, no,
He's not even
you
playing.
can't.
He's
It's
not even playing. Play
all
some
right.
game.
Look at it this way: we're not going to get into this slippery slope here, but the fact that he chose not to partake in the vaccine and then essentially violates the terms of the state of New York. So, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? They're going to say, in your contract, you have to fucking play, even if it's a fucking, a pandemic, blah, blah, blah. Like, they can't. I don't think that they can use his sitting the bench against him. I don't think they can do that. I think those
They
terms
can do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want.
maybe. I
They
mean,
can do whatever they want.
maybe-
They don't have to say. They don't have to come out and say it's because you're not vaccinated.
yeah, but he's still going to sell shoes whether he plays or not.
Well, he could sell them
Not
for
only that-
Adidas. Then I'm like Nick said. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna sign Ja Morant to whatever dollar he wants, and
Tanya.
I'm gonna be making billions off Ja Morant. Why do I want Kyrie, some dude that's already weird as shit? Everybody in the world thinks he's weird as shit. Basketball is like the 5th thing on his mind, and he plays 10 games.
I mean,
He doesn't. It's like he doesn't even fucking care about basketball.
I mean,
This guy doesn't even care.
It wasn't even just the vaccine stuff. He didn't play games the season before for a different reason. He always finds
That was
reasons
mental
to-
illness.
Everything's a fucking excuse for this guy. Everything's a fucking excuse for this guy.
I'm not making excuses, but I'm telling you, he wasn't fucking going out and playing with his fucking, with a girlfriend.
I think he was going around playing with his girlfriend. I think he was
No.
trying to get every excuse he could not to play basketball.
No.
He played
I
enough
think-
basketball to fulfill his contractual obligations to get paid.
Mm.
Kyrie is still get the fuck out of here. Kyrie is still he's still a top 10 player. I don't give a fuck how weird he is, where his fucking mind is, where his fucking COVID shot is. He's still a top fucking 10 player. I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
Bashar,
when
hey
he's mo-
Bashar,
Yes,
Wait,
sir. What's up?
that guy. Are we gonna bring in that guy?
I know he was just tweeting that he wanted in on it. I don't know if you guys are cool with it. John V knows him.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's kind of late
Oh.
though. We're almost over, aren't we? How long are we gonna be on here for? I don't know.
Bring him in. Who is
Well,
it?
you know what? He messaged it. Wayne Breezy. He said he.
Bring in Wayne. Bring in Wayne.
Here. I'll get him the link.
Bashar, I hope
Yes,
you
sir.
packed. I hope you packed a lunch, because we've been known to go for quite some time.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm down. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm 100% ready for this,
But
guys.
yeah, like and even before he stopped missing games, like he always
Scott,
gets
what's good?
knick-knack injuries, like knick-knack injuries that lasted way longer than they should. Like when he's on the court, he's one of the 5 best players in the league. But
Dude, don't get me fucking started on injuries. Don't go there. Now you want to make fucking excuses, bro.
I
You just said
told you.
there's no excuses.
I told you not to go there.
Dude, the fact that first of all, this is the first I'm hearing about Kyrie and Nike having contractual indifferences. This is the first I've heard of it. But I'm going to tell you right now, if Nike cuts Kyrie, that's a mistake. And I'm not even crazy about Kyrie. It's still a mistake. They're wearing, P.O. has 5 pairs. Tanya just bought her granddaughter a pair of Kyrie's. The goddamn shoes are selling every day as we speak. Yeah, whether he is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, whether he's being difficult, he's selling shoes. He's making that company money. I'm sorry, but if you start sucking at your job, the hospital's not going to fucking, what's the hospital going to do? Cut your ass?
Yeah, actually, they will.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
They will.
Who the fuck are you? You're not Kyrie.
I'm the Kyrie of nursing.
The fuck you are? You are so full of shit.
Actually, John, he does have a point. He kind of is the Kyrie of nursing.
Tony, I was at the hospital when I was sitting there with my mother waiting for her to get checked out. Nick goes into a ER bay, and I hear this crazy thud. Boom, bang, shit, fucking whatever. You know what I see rolling across the bay? That big-ass thermometer that the nurses carry around, that big-ass thing. What's Nick do? Drops the fucking thing, okay? You know what Kyrie doesn't do? He doesn't break shit.
Yeah, he's kind
Mike
of
breaks
Kyrie.
rules.
He's kind of the Kyrie of he's kind of the Kyrie of nursing. In regards to he's always trying to get out of going.
Well, he's cuckoo for fucking Cocoa Puffs. He checks all the boxes.
I just became a travel nurse, so I can do what the fuck I want.
Oh yeah, woo!
Fucking nomad.
Dion, what's up, brother? Dion
What up,
says,
Dion?
John, Nick, Tony, what's up, my brothers?
Come on, Dion.
Bashar, what do you think on this? Should Nike keep Kyrie?
I know. You know what? Now that you're telling me that, I don't know what his sales really looks like, but I'll just be hypothetical about it. Assuming the sales are going through the roof still, regardless of how many games that Kyrie decides not to play. At the end of the day, it's all about the money. You know, Nike's not going to care what Kyrie does, whether he plays basketball or not. They're just going to care if his shoes sell or not. So, honestly, if his shoes are still selling, say Nike should stick with them. Why not? Hey. But at the end of the day, but it's kind of weird though. Hopefully we see more of Kyrie. I just think
he makes like $11 million a year through Nike. You know what $11 million is to Nike? Nick's over here talking bullshit that you can't sustain Ja Morant and Kyrie on the payroll. Are you fucking kidding me?
I would be shocked if that's all they were paying them. It was $11 million.
Have you seen what a pair of fucking Nike pants sell for at Dick's?
I know
Like $100.
I know you've been to Dick's.
Yeah, I know you've had a couple of dicks because you're a little bit fucking disoriented.
You frequent Dick's quite a bit, don't you, John?
Oh yeah, you see more dicks than I do, young man.
Yeah.
Kyrie and nursing.
The nature of my job.
You fucking weirdo.
There was always that.
Nick's
I thought we
always
were
like,
supposed to be talking about sports here, guys. Come on.
Nick's like, listen, it's part of the exam. I gotta see your dick. But I'm just here
Look,
for.
at the end of the day,
I'm just here for a sore throat.
at the end of the day, you gotta put this up to a vote in the chat. You gotta ask the chat: should Nike cut bait or should they keep Kyrie? This was a bad example. Let's see. Like if going into the next season, Kyrie is acting fucking obnoxious, he's disruptive, and he costs the team losses, then I'll come around and I'll agree. But for now, dude's selling shoes. And you know, it's not the Brooklyn Nets that made a contract with Nike, it's Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? So whether they win, whether they lose means nothing to Nike. Kyrie's got to sell fucking shoes.
Here's the thing. Nike's going to sell shoes no matter who the fuck's on the shoe. They're going to sell shoes. Remember when Stephon Marbury tried to sell his own shoe, the Starbury?
I don't care.
Didn't sell so well. I think like a lot of people in China bought them. But
He's still playing in China, by the way.
Is he still playing? I know he was a few years ago.
That broke. But yeah, he tried to make his own shoe. What about LaMelo? What about Lonzo Ball when they tried to big ball. What are those things
Ah,
called?
their crazy ass dad stole all the money. Who
Big
knows?
baller brand.
Big baller brand. How many big baller brands do you ever see somebody wearing?
Trash. I don't care,
None.
Nick. It doesn't
None.
matter. This is Nike we're talking
Nike
about.
is going to sell shoes. People buy shoes because it's Nike. They may buy the Nike shoe because it's the player. But like
They
I said,
buy the shoe. What do you know about shoes? What do you know about Big Baller Brand and the Starburys? What do you know about them?
I know they didn't sell well, so that's why.
Wait, whoa. Why?
Because they didn't have the Nike backing.
No. I'll give you another guess, and then I'm going to take it.
Okay.
One more.
No,
They're hideous. They're ugly. They're a bulky ass, ugly fucking shoe.
there's a lot.
Nike has a wide variety of opportunity,
There's a
right?
lot of shit
You can
sell.
you can create your own shoe with Nike ID. You can take the Kyrie and make it your own personalized colors. It doesn't matter, bro. Nike sells shoes because they have the check. But at the end of the day, that fucking swoosh is still associated with the player. And people love the player, they're going to buy the fucking shoe.
There's been numerous players that have worn that swoosh. All their shoes sell. Every single shoe Nike has ever come out with attached to a player has sold.
Okay, so then let me ask you this. Because
Adidas and the same.
hold on.
Big shoe companies. They all
Hold on. You know that Kawhi has a I think it's a New Balance deal.
Okay.
When was the last time you bought a fucking New Balance shoe? Now, mind you, his shoe is pretty dope. Some of the colors are a little suspect, but there are still some that I would buy. And you know what? I don't give a damn about New Balance. I don't give a damn about Kawhi. They're not going to cut bait with that motherfucker, are they? He's weird. He's weird as shit. I don't even think he talks.
That's the only
If
guy
Kawhi
they got.
had a-
That's like their only.
He sure as fuck doesn't smile.
That's their only player.
New Balance doesn't have the ability to sign multiple athletes. So
Why not?
They attach themselves to Kawhi.
Why, you don't think that New Balance is a big company? New Balance sells shoes for some folks that have wide feet, all kinds of foot problems. New Balance sells a lot of fucking shoes.
Yeah.
But just because they're not associated with an athlete doesn't mean they're not a big brand.
Not very expensive.
John V. I'm pulling up the Kawhi shoes. Are you talking about the orange and white ones? Are those the ones you like? Because I see those ones. It's like
Which ones?
It's like white and then light blue and then orange.
Yes.
And then you like those?
I like his shoes. I do like some of the New Balance shoes of Kawhi's. I do. But at the end of the day, Bashar, what my point is that this topic is Nike is considering cutting off Kyrie. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Let me ask you this, John. Do you think New Balance made a good deal with Kawhi?
I don't know the terms of the deal, but I mean, it couldn't be bad.
Could it not be bad? They just paid that guy like a year ago, and he sat out the entire fucking year last year. That's a whole year with nobody seeing your
But
shoes.
that's my point. He won a championship. Like, people are going to buy his shoes even if he doesn't play. I'm sorry, Kawhi has fans. People are going to buy his shoes. Last season for Kyrie and last season for Kawhi were, all right, they were fucking shitty. But it still matters. Like, what's going to happen moving forward?
If Kawhi came out with a shoe from Nike on New Balance, Kawhi's shoe would sell 10 times more than Kawhi's New Balance shoe did.
The military has a contract in New Balance.
I know.
We
I wore
know.
New Balance.
We know. We wore the
Gray,
Okay.
gray and white New Balances
camp.
with black soles.
They got a fuck ton of money. Irregardless, I don't think that it would be smart for Nike to cut ties with Kyrie. I don't. But you know what? Just now knowing who Kyrie is and the fact that Nike wants to do this, I could see Kyrie withdrawing and signing with someone else.
Kyrie's one of
You don't
those,
think?
Kyrie's one of those idiots that would be like, "Oh, I'll withdraw and I'll start my own shoe company," and then that shoe won't sell.
Starberry.
Yeah.
Hey,
Starberry and the Big Baller brand were fucking bulky, nasty fucking shoes.
Yeah, there's a lot of stupid.
They were garbage.
Sell, John. If it's got a swoosh on it, it's gonna sell.
Bashar, give me
Yes,
your
sir.
top. Give me your top 5 NBA players
Whoa, top
And
five.
No, hold on. Not best. Not
Okay,
best.
okay.
Not best five. If you had your own shoe company, who would the top 5 players be that you would sign on your shoe company?
Top five. Obviously, LeBron. Giannis, without a doubt. I mean, if I wasn't a Warriors fan, I'd probably be a Bucks fan because Giannis is outside the Warriors players. Giannis is my favorite player, and not because I got Greek friends or I lived in Greece at one point in time when I was a little kid, but I just think he's an amazing player and just awesome person. Can't say enough good about the guy, but obviously him. Curry's in there. Curry's in the conversation. If I'm blanking on some names, let me know. You guys kind of hit me. For some reason, my mind is just like a blur right now. After enjoying that awesome conversation between Nick and John V, of course. I know I'm missing somebody. Oh, Luka. I think Luka. Why not? Yeah, I think Luka would be a good guy. I know I'm missing somebody. I'm missing somebody that's probably really, really good. And I don't know. I don't have Kyrie in mind, though.
Maybe Morant.
Oh, John Morant. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I put John
Yeah,
Morant.
but Kyrie has the Kyries have sold. Nike has made a fuck ton of money off the Kyrie, off his name. All right. I'm sure that they proposed the design and worked on it together until they came out with a formable shoe, right? After that, that shoe took off. TL sends me a picture, bro. Dude's got 5. Look at those. They're selling. And nobody gives a fuck whether he played or didn't. I just think that they're gonna sell. And it would be wrong for Nike to cut ties unless you read Tanya's comment here. If his future basketball is in question and uncertain, then maybe, yeah, I agree with that comment.
It is.
What's
what? That he with Brooklyn or basketball in general?
In general, I think he doesn't have the passion for it.
Even if he does play periodically, he's always going to miss time for some stupid reason. And people are already fed up with it from Kyrie. They're going to continue to get more fed up with it.
Yeah, but you're selling shoes to kids who don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and you know what? Those kids, I'm telling you, those kids will buy the Steph Currys, or those kids will buy the John Morants, or those kids will buy the new Joel Embiids, or those kids will buy the new Lukas. The kids will buy whatever Nike pushes. They just need something to push.
Or whatever superstar emerges.
Yeah.
So Giannis, TL says Giannis, LeBron, Kyrie, Curry, and Morant.
That's exactly what I think.
So you'd put
Kyrie. But Curry has a deal with Under Armour, so
I'd put KD over Kyrie, even though I think I just have a little personal thing about KD though. But
Kyrie would be the one that's out. I'd put Luka in there.
What about Nikola Jokic?
You could make an argument for Jokic.
Joker.
You see how weird it is? Listen, no one wants the Joker shoe, okay? No one wants a fucking Joker shoe. The guy's not cool, okay? The guy ain't fucking cool.
Centers have always been hard to make.
He's a goddamn MVP.
Nick, I wouldn't
Shaq
go that
was the most
far.
marketable center I could ever think of.
Shaq shoes put everybody on the fucking map.
I'll be honest, as much as I like Shaq, I was never a big fan of his shoes, though. At least the ones I remember looking at, 2 or 3 of the models.
But he's
what,
really
the Reebok? Those Reebok pumps?
The pumps? They're black, right? Weren't they?
No, they were purple.
They're blue? I gotta look them up again. Remember
Reebok
people were buying
pumps?
those pumps thinking they could make you jump higher? Remember back in the day that was like the rumor, the little gimmick around them? Because D Brown used them in the slam dunk contest.
I was convinced I could jump higher. I don't give a damn who said what, dude. I was convinced. I bought all that.
I was a big fan of the Penny Hardaways. I was a huge fan.
I was a big fan of the Sean Kemps.
Sean Kemp, man, that guy could dunk his ass off, man.
But I mean, think of how many.
Gary Payton had a dope ass shoe too.
Think of how many great centers there have been, and think of how many shoes they've ever had. The only two centers I've ever seen to have shoes were Kareem, and that was real early when athletes were just starting to really be marketing tools for shoe companies, and Shaq's.
Wait, when did you see Kareem's shoes though? That was way before your time.
What are you talking about?
I just remember them.
He took a ride back in time, Bashar. Nick does that from time to time. His spaceship fucking travels
Listen,
every once in a while, bro.
I'm a big person on history.
Because I grew up in the 80s. I just remember Kareem when he was just walking away from the Lakers. That was when I first got into basketball around that season.
Yeah.
And I just don't remember anybody talking about any Kareem shoes back then. I mean, you might be right.
Yeah,
I remember Patrick Ewing's had some shoes and nobody bought them. I definitely remember that.
Yeah,
he made that. Nick made that up.
No, I think the first
You just fucking lie. You just fucking lie. You're a liar.
No, the first three that really had
No, you're a liar. Can we just put this to bed? You fucking lie. You just say.
Hey, somebody do a Google search right now. Somebody do a Google search.
I'm not lying that Kareem had a shoe that was fairly popular.
You're just a fucking.
Who was buying it? What was it?
What the fuck was
it?
Google this one. I gotta Google it.
It was one of.
My lord.
He was one of the first to have a shoe deal.
I really don't know.
But anyway, that's true. I'm saying Kareem.
Need a fact checker.
And Shaq. What other center do you know that has ever had a shoe deal?
I don't even remember David Robinson having one. If he did, I didn't hear about it.
Have you ever? Did you ever have the Duncans? Did you ever have the Elijah ones? Did you ever? I mean, none of these guys have shoes.
They're not like
guards and forwards have shoes.
I'm actually looking at the Kareems, and they're kind of sick.
Which ones? I couldn't find them on Google. You found them?
Yeah, they're like the white and red with some yellow in there.
They're probably. Are they the Dunks? Basically,
I don't know.
Are these like low tops or some shit like that?
No, they're high tops.
All right, hang on. I pulled up the. Can you share your screen or show us, or put the link in the chat? Put the link in the chat if you can. I gotta see these Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, these Luau Cinders, Adidas.
From what year? What were they? 1979? What were they?
I think they were in the 80s. I just remember hearing about them being in.
That is a mainstream shoe today. Are we talking about the fucking Samba Classics?
No, John.
I'm looking at shoes from the fucking 80s. I see some nasty ass Adidas Forum Mid. You made this shit up. You did, bro. I don't see anything. I see a Kareem. I see a yellow Laker shoe, but that's like a newer modern shoe.
Hey, Tony. I feel like saying how you doing, but I don't know. I just whenever I hear the name Tony.
That's a big crock of shit.
Yeah. No, wait. Those are Hakeem Olajuwon's shoes, aren't they? Those Etonics that you just pulled up? Those red and white high tops with yellow in them?
I think so.
Those are Hakeem Olajuwon's shoes, bro. I don't even remember this brand. Etonic. I don't even remember that brand of shoes.
There's one of them that have a big D on it for like the dream. And his number 34. You know what? Nick?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, are you listening?
Released in 1971, the Adidas Jabbar was the first NBA endorsed basketball shoe.
Nick.
Are they low cuts?
I don't know. I'm just reading about them.
Hey, Nick.
Yep.
I want you to look at me.
Yes.
Look at Tony.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm not fucking sorry.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
You should be ashamed of yourself. You sidetracked this whole fucking show on a goddamn sneaker from 19 fucking you don't know when. Now you're making shit up.
I was simply making a point that not many centers get shoe deals. You're the one who tried to contradict my knowledge, which is indisputable. You should never contradict. You should never think that I'm not telling the truth, because I know. When I talk about something, I know, John.
I do not want to apologize.
Indisputable. But I was merely making a point. Not to be.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck is that? Jesus Christ, dude! Don't you? Oh my god! Oh my god, dude!
Send
I
your
gotta
kids
wash
to
my
bed.
fucking eyes. What did I just do? You are so bad, bro. Tony, what the fuck was that?
There's a lot of wet chairs out there right now. That's all.
Dude, there are no wet chairs. Oh my god.
Too much sexy.
Dude,
Yeah,
dial
Nick-
your
Nick-
sexy
Nick-
back,
Nick and
bro.
his
That was
exclusive-
fucking terrible.
Nick and his exclusive dance.
Bashar, I'm so sorry that you saw that, bro. Dude, Bashar,
I
usually
can't unsee it. I can't unsee it.
no, you can't. That was probably one of the most. That was kind of like. That was like when you that was like a really bad porn link. Like that was just one of those like that was
grandma
terrible.
porn.
Yeah, dude. Something in a really shitty category. That's where you find that shit. We're really sorry. For anybody that sees this, Nick, you are fucking terrible. What do you have to say for yourself?
Nick's due to do the Jimmy Neutron dance.
I can only.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god!
Or what's that Jimmy Neutron dance that he does?
There are no wet chairs. Thank you, TL. I didn't think so. This is how we chase. This is how we try.
Wow.
This is exactly what we do. We try to chase away subscribers, and then we try to reel them back.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah.
If they leave, what was that old saying? Like, girls used to tell their boyfriends back in like high school, like if you leave them,
If he comes back, it was meant to be.
Yeah, like nah, bitch, you just broke up with me.
Jimmy Neutron. Were you guys fans of that Jimmy Neutron show growing up?
I gotta be honest, never watched it.
I'm assuming, I'm sensing I'm a generation older than you guys, because when Jimmy Neutron came out, I was like in my 20s or something. I think
Never seen it before in our lives, but we do love.
Don't speak for me, motherfucker. I loved it.
We do love.
Shit, we got a fan.
We do love Jimmy Garoppolo. We do love Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, you do.
And we play that song for
I noticed. Yeah. That's why you guys play. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I gotta drink. I have to drink, dude. I feel violated by Nick's awful sexy time, dude. That was terrible. We should never give him that kind
What are you drinking there, John V?
Oh, I got this. This is one of my favorite bourbons right now.
Damn, okay.
Angel's Envy. Yes, neat. No. I like it just like this, brother.
Okay.
You got stock with them or something, John? You're always drinking that shit.
I'm always. I mean, dude, what did you just put on the screen, dude? You blasted that.
When the music
sexy
plays,
dance.
When the music plays, the fans what they want.
Yeah, you know what they're doing right now? They're vomiting in paper bags.
Nick, remember this
Gary
one?
Likes it.
This is a newer one, Nick. Not a lot of people seen this one.
Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player.
What are you doing there?
Oh my god!
I had so much. I had higher expectations for you, Nick, on that song for some reason. I thought that was an easy song for you, and you do a good job with that one. But you let me down, Nick.
So
you know what, dude?
It was so uncoordinated that even the
Bashar, I
love it when you call me Big Pop. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. Sorry, guys.
All right. I feel like we kind of went off topic with all the dancing and sexy time.
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk some NFL? Is there any NFL news to get to?
I haven't really heard much, to be honest. I heard Drew Brees might be thinking bring a comeback.
I think that was just a little bit. I think he was stirring the pot, but Landry signed with the Saints. Someone else signed somewhere. Although I got to tell you something. If you had Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, and Jarvis Landry, does that really make Drew Brees want to come out of retirement? Like, I feel like he'd go elsewhere if he came out of retirement. Why would he go back to the Saints? You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear the weapons you just said?
Yeah, but I mean, Olave is a really small dude for the NFL.
Not really.
I mean, he was a burner.
So is Drew Brees.
I just don't think that it's not going to be the same game for him there in the NFL. Like, I love Chris Olave. I just don't know that he translates into the NFL as a weapon just yet.
Bashar,
go ahead.
Are you where are you at with man? I don't know which boundaries we're not allowed to cross on this show anymore because
There are no boundaries.
There's boundaries. I don't want to get anybody in trouble with the Niner crew out there.
Go ahead,
because you guys are ruthless.
I can handle it.
Are you one of the ones that are against Jimmy? Like hate him, hate his guts?
Don't hate him, but I want Trey to be the starter, and I want Jimmy out of there. I just think Jimmy. We gave Jimmy G so many shots and so many chances, and to me, like we've had such a great roster around him over the past few years. And sure, I mean, hey, you could say that he won all these games. He was on the team when they won all these games, or they won playoff games, and they almost won the Super Bowl, or they almost got to the Super Bowl again. But I just think he's that guy that's never going to get you over the hump. And I want to see Trey in there. I mean, I don't really hate Jimmy, but do I want to see him as a starter? No. I'd hate to see him start again. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry if that offends you. I know you're half Italian because John told me so. Maybe there's some sentimental feeling within that question.
I don't know why. I really like Jimmy G.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, do you like him enough to eat Subway sandwiches?
I did.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
I had myself an Italiano the other day. It was great.
Oh, that sandwich they're advertising. Yes, one guy told me it was good. So you had the sandwich they're advertising for him. It's good.
Yep.
I love me a good Italian deli sandwich. So I ain't gonna lie.
I just don't understand. I don't understand. Like once he's off your roster, like John, you want to your face looks like you're gonna puke every time you talk about.
I want to fucking puke. I'm fucking sick of it.
But like once he's off your roster, will you then have
I'll have $25 million. Not me personally, but the team that I love will.
So will it be a breath of fresh air? And maybe at that point you can look back. Maybe at that point you can look back and say, he did some good for us.
Hey, thank you for your services, but it's time to move on. See ya.
Thank you. But Tony, I'm not going to look back because I lost the Super Bowl and I lost an NFC championship game. I am done expecting anything more, dude. Like he is the definition of insanity. Jimmy G to the 49ers is the definition of insanity. I'm done. You got to just realize that this guy is not doing enough to win the fucking things that matter. Yes, you won games. Great. So did fucking shitty ass quarterbacks that aren't in the fucking league anymore. They won games. But at the end of the day, dude, I don't know. The Browns had a dude. The best quarterback they had. Who was that? Anderson?
Bernie Kosar.
He didn't have a win record.
Yeah. Who was the quarterback that you guys had in 2007? He had 10 wins.
Yeah. He had 10 wins for one season. And then,
all right. Well, Jimmy made it to the Super Bowl one season,
which they missed.
Jimmy will be a 9-year veteran. Five years on this team, and only 2 fucking years on the field. So, out of a 9-year career, you have been on the field 2 seasons.
See,
yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say,
out of here, bro.
John's not going to be thankful for Jimmy G playing a big part in them going to the Super Bowl.
It's over.
He blames them for losing not going into the Super Bowl.
I don't care.
Jimmy G's the reason why they didn't win.
What does it matter? What does it matter?
It doesn't really.
What, bro? I appreciate it. Great. But now it's 2022, bro. What the fuck have you done for me?
Jimmy knows feelings.
Did you see the way he went out in the NFC Championship game? Did you see that last fucking hurrah? I could have done fucking better than that.
Hey, John V, tell me this. On that last
Jesus
drive, hey, John's on fire tonight. During that last drive, did you? I didn't have any hope when I saw Jimmy under center in those portions of the fourth quarter. Now, did you have hopes to think that he could do something and we could win? Because I was at that point in time, I was like, "Fuck it, we lost."
I had no hopes, Bashar. I felt the pressure as a fan in Ohio. So that fucking clown goes out like that? That's the fucking way you go out? Like you have a hot potato to fucking JaMychal Hasty? What the fuck was that?
I think there's some
Garbage.
There's some fans that thought that play was going to result in something good too. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Listen,
I was already pacing upstairs, bro. I had already fucking cashed out. I was done.
How many points were they winning by in that game?
We were losing by a field goal.
No, how many points were you winning by?
We weren't winning.
you
How
were
many
winning-
points were you winning by in that game?
You were winning by some. You were winning at some point.
When we had the lead, we did have. I forgot.
I feel like it was.
I
feel like
can't
it was-
remember myself.
Was it 17-7? I think it was 17-7 going into the fourth quarter.
No. We were down a field goal. We were trying to drive down the field to tie it up, to give Robbie Gold a chance to tie it up, to go into overtime and make a push.
That was at the
San
end.
Francisco-
At halftime, the 49ers had the lead 10-7.
In the
It was
third
17-7 in the third quarter, yes. And the Rams scored 13 fucking points in the fourth. Booyah.
Yep.
So you're going into the fourth quarter with the lead. What about against the Chiefs in that Super Bowl?
We were up.
So theoretically, you could say your defense fucked you.
Why? You can.
Your defense.
Because your quarterback is fucking garbage and he doesn't give them any fucking time to rest. Your fucking quarterback sucks dick. So your defense essentially has to come off the bench, winded, to come back and give the ball back to a fucking clown to fuck you again. Yes.
Give it back to the clown.
He's a clown.
Fuck you again.
The fuck you.
What do you want, bro? What do you want me to say? You gotta fucking extend the drive. You gotta get first downs, bro. You gotta rest the defense. You can't fucking suck. Put them back out there again to fuck you over. I mean, dude, of course you're gonna blame the defense. What other choices did they have?
Listen,
Jimmy was trash.
I have made a new goal for myself.
My blood
gonna-
pressure's up.
I'm not going to
I'm
get
gonna
into
drink.
conversations about Jimmy G anymore. I don't think he's going to be on the team. God, I hope not. But I will save it for when the season starts, when they're actually playing games.
Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. Yeah. Listen, motherfucker. I know exactly what you're going for. I know exactly what you want. I know what you want. You want to be just like these other fucking Jimmy fucking sexuals. These motherfuckers that are hanging from his nuts, swinging from his cock to his fucking balls every fucking day. You're waiting for Trey to fucking struggle, and you're going to come out swinging with the Jimmy G. Fuck you and fuck them too.
No.
Okay, I want to ask this,
I'm
though.
gonna give honest criticism. And I don't want Trey to fail. I really don't care if he succeeds or fails. He's not my quarterback. I really could care less. But as a commentator, which we do this show, we commentate on things. I'm going to commentate on it, and I'm going to give.
Yeah. You're waiting for Trey to struggle. You're waiting for Trey to struggle. I'm waiting for your quarterback to get suspended 10 fucking games for being a fucking weirdo. How about that shit?
He's probably not going to. But if he does,
Yeah.
whatever. We'll take it in stride. But
Deshaun Watson.
yeah. But that being said, we're just gonna have to see when. I'm not gonna put John through this every week.
You don't have to worry about me, bro.
I'm not gonna put
All day strong, all day long, motherfucker. You can give it to me. I'll take your shit. But I know what you're trying to do. You're going to wait for Trey to play, and then you're going to pull out Jimmy did this, and Jimmy did that. I'll smack you through the internet, motherfucker. I don't give a shit.
I am going to say, if the objective is winning and the 49ers don't win with Trey and they did with Jimmy, I am going to bring that up. I'm just letting you know.
All right. How about
You know
you,
what,
Tony?
Jerry's right.
So yeah, Nick
Jerry's
answered my
right.
question. I remember when John had enough with Jimmy. He did have JG back for a hot minute.
I did.
Tony.
did.
So what's your honest assessment of where you think Trey Lance, what you think he can do next year? Do you think he's going to be good, bad? I think he's going to suck, or I'm just curious.
I think what I saw from him last year was a timid rookie, like you should be. Not a lot of experience even in college. So a guy came in and didn't have the reps to show any of his real talent. And he was going up against some decent defenses, some hostile divisional games. Who do you play against? The Seahawks?
Seattle, Arizona.
Arizona. Who else?
And the Texans. He played half of the Seahawks game. He started the entire Arizona Cardinals game and obviously played the whole Texans game.
Listen, I want Trey Lance to succeed. I cheer for the 49ers. It's my NFC team is the San Francisco 49ers. I love my boy John. I really love watching John get fired up. That's like a hobby of mine at this point. And he just doesn't get that, like, we are deliberately fucking with him to get him riled up.
Oh, I know, dude. Nick knows I know.
He thinks we actually give a fuck about Jimmy Garoppolo.
Listen, I like Jimmy. Jimmy's a fine guy. I think he's a good player. I think he's
Yeah, but I didn't get the text messages from you that I got from Tony. Tony literally came out and was like, "Bro, what the fuck?" You know, Tony was texting me through that fucking Tennessee loss. That loss that essentially fucked us. Okay?
Me and Tony
not you. You were sending me laughing emojis, you penis.
Me and Tony would talk about this sometimes. Sometimes we talk without you. We would talk about it too. There would be like one play where Tony would be like, "Man, Jimmy G does suck," and then he'd be like, then the 49ers would win. He'd be like, "Oh, Jimmy fucking won. I don't know how the fuck they did it, but Jimmy fucking won." Like Tony is like kind of like waxes and wanes with Jimmy, but that's how you do with Jimmy.
That's because you were enamored by his 2-minute drill, which you're not going to get a 49er fan that's not going to tell you that Jimmy did, in fact, execute the 2-minute drill pretty well. There were times where he did it well, and you can't deny that. And no Niner fan will, because it was a fact. Like, we saw it, right? We saw it.
Bashar.
He put us in the position to win that Green Bay game. Tony was watching me during that game live. It was a live reaction show. And Tony was ahead in the stream. I couldn't see what Tony saw, but Jimmy got us down the field, and we tied up the game, right? No, we were up. Were we up? I think we were up, right?
You were up.
And then Rodgers attacks that busted-ass, fucked-up secondary, and we lost. Like this. Done. The secondary was our weakest link last year. Bashar, you know it as well as I do now. That secondary is fucking solid. It's going to be good. We loaded up on talent. We have prospects. I feel comfortable. I feel very good about our secondary.
I definitely about the whole team in general. I just think they loaded up on certain positions where we had question marks, and we have a lot of competition. With the offensive line, with the cornerbacks, and obviously in D line. D line's always super stacked. And even receivers, we got Danny Gray, and I'm really excited about that. Thanks to Joey for telling me about Danny Gray, because I was hooked on the moment I saw him. Tony, were you going to ask me something?
I just wanted to answer your question, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cheering for Trey Lance. I like Trey Lance a lot. There's one problem.
What's going on, TL?
Oh, TL.
I had to come on here because I heard that foolishness about Jimmy helping us get to a Super Bowl and stuff. I had to come on.
This show is a
championship game. You forgot that.
This show has officially gone off the fucking rails. So all I want to say is, when does Kyle get some of this fucking blame from you guys? When does he get some of the blame? How'd that go against the Patriots when he was up by like 28 fucking points against the Patriots, and he let them come back in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
He goes and he takes the 49ers back to the Super Bowl. fuck the quarterback, fuck every player on the team. He took them to the Super Bowl. He had the lead against the Kansas City Chiefs. They came back, they won the game. This past year against the Rams, they're up 21-10 going into the fourth quarter. I know you guys are saying Jimmy G because he wasn't going to be here past last year anyways. But when does this guy get any of the blame? I don't understand why he gets a fucking free pass from everyone.
No, well, for me, he doesn't get a free pass because I agree with you. Like when we were up against the Chiefs, we should have ran the ball more. I don't know why he stopped, why he goes from doing what's working. Same thing with the Rams. I mean, the fact that Debo didn't touch the ball hardly in the fourth quarter. So I agree with you. But at the same time, your $25 million quarterback, the highest paid person on the team, needs to be able to put the team on his back as well. So the simple fact that he has the lowest fourth quarter percentage in playoff history, more interceptions than touchdowns. Like the man, I mean, he threw the ball 8 times against the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game. So the fact that people say, and I think here's my gripe. I do blame Kyle for a lot of the problem because you're absolutely right about that. But at the same time, the thing with Jimmy, my gripe is people saying, "Oh, he wins. He takes you guys here." He doesn't take us anywhere. He contributes. He still hikes the ball, still has the ball up. But to give him the credit to say he wins games and that he took you to a Super Bowl, that's where I have a problem with.
So,
and I think Bashar and JV can agree with that because a lot of people look at quarterback as his wins as a quarterback stat, when us 49er fans who watch it every week know he's not the reason why we win games. That's my gripe. And I think JV and Bashar, can you guys vouch for that? Because that's what I
think. I've been saying that on my channel.
100%.
We all pretty much have similar opinions.
It's our defense and our run game that helps us get these victories. And people want to say, well, you had Nick Mullins, you had CJ Beathard, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're not starting quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? You had Brian Hoyer. Well, yes, we did, but they're not starting quarterbacks. Give me another serviceable starting quarterback, and I guarantee you, like, if you give me Kirk Cousins, we win a Super Bowl.
I think we win the Super Bowl if we had Wentz. I mean, that might sound funny, but
you can shake your head all you want, brother. Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback than Jimmy G in my eyes.
Do you think Jimmy G's a starter?
Yes, but a bottom tier.
Bottom tier starter.
Totally agree with that.
Who do you equate Jimmy G to?
So I hear some people say he's Derek Carr's
Baker Mayfield,
Kirk Cousins level. He's not. To me, he's with Ryan Tannehill. Like you said, maybe like a Jameis Winston, somebody like that.
No,
but,
Jameis Winston.
He's better. You said
he's better than Jameis Winston.
I disagree.
I think they're about the same.
I disagree.
They're about the same.
All right, here's how I rate quarterbacks.
I'm waiting for John to start yelling.
I rate every quarterback's in 4
I'm still in.
I rate quarterbacks as just not good. Maybe you can make it as a backup, or maybe you could be a third stringer, but you're just not good. I got backup to starter level. I got good starter. You could win a Super Bowl if they have the right team around. And then I got
goodbye, motherfucker!
He was going absolutely fucking nowhere with that point.
Way too fucking long, and I was falling asleep. It's getting late.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You see, TL.
Let me bring my daughter here real quick. Just real quick, okay? Here's my baby girl.
What up, fam?
She hates football, okay? Is Jimmy Garoppolo a good quarterback?
From what you say, no.
From what you saw, do you think he's good?
Not really.
Thank you. Not really.
I mean, dude, and I'll get the same thing from a 13-year-old in the house right now.
Mm-hmm.
Texts me and says to me, dude, Jimmy is not throwing the ball accurately. Like, bro,
they were winning. They were winning with him, not because of him. Everyone can agree on that, okay?
Yes,
now, what
you're right.
What scares me as an outsider, what would really scare me as a fan is when Trey comes in. I mean, you guys, they won a lot of fucking games with Jimmy. They won a lot of games with Jimmy, not because of him, but with him. And that's a scary thing if you're Trey Lance and you go out there next year, say you win 9 games and barely miss the playoffs. winning 9 games in your first year starting is a very, very successful season.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
but you're 5 years on the team, 5 years in the system, and you've only put 2 years on the field. It's not good.
Here's my issue. Here's my issue. Here's my issue with some of these fans, though, brother. They're looking at it as, and you're right. It could be a disaster. Let's just say Trey Lance goes in this year and we go like 7-10 and miss the playoffs. One, our schedule is brutal. I don't care what nobody says. We have the AFC West, who to me have jumped us as the best division in football. You know what I'm saying? AFC West is brutal. We have to play Tampa Bay. We still got to play the Rams. So we have a tough schedule. So if Trey Lance goes in there, see, to me, his success doesn't go off of our record to me, because he can go out there and still throw 24 touchdowns, maybe 12 interceptions, and have a good year statistically, but not have a good record. You know what I'm saying? But the fans who have tunnel vision, I guess you can say, won't see it that way. I feel like all 5 of us know football. So we're not going to look at it as like, well, see, you had Jimmy. He took you here. He took you there. Well, look, if you're expecting a first-year quarterback to come in and have the same expectation of an 8-year vet, then I'm sorry to say you're delusional. I'm sorry. But at the same time, I think Kyle's just fed up of hiding this dude. He has to sit there, and he can't, like, okay, you look at Kyle when he was with Atlanta. He made Matt Ryan an MVP, and Matt Ryan was never considered the best quarterback in football, ever. Right? Would you guys agree with that? Was Matt Ryan ever?
100%.
Did everybody ever say like, "Oh, Matt Ryan's the best"? No, ever. I never heard
and he's barely even in top 10 conversations.
Well, that's what I'm
either.
saying.
Yeah.
But he won an MVP. I think Kyle's just sitting back. Like I said, us 49er fans on here, we watch the games every week. We see that Jimmy is limited, and Kyle hides him. He has to scale back his playbook because he can't attack every area of the field. So Kyle was like, I'm tired of this. I want to utilize my full playbook. With Trey Lance, yeah, he's going to struggle. But people who don't have tunnel vision for Jimmy are going to understand that. They're going to understand that he's going to go in and have some struggles. But I feel like this kid's not getting a fair shake, because we have been to 2 NFC championships and a Super Bowl. So if he comes in and we don't make the playoffs, let's just say, he's going to get so much criticism, even if he plays well. You know what I'm saying?
Who brought Jimmy G to San Francisco?
John Lynch.
Should we pass any blame his fucking way too?
Okay, but I mean, look, we were coming out of the dark age, bro. We were fucking garbage. We were garbage, and I know a lot of people, TL, and I think you might agree. And I'm sorry, but like when we gave Jimmy the contract that we gave Jimmy, I wasn't mad at that.
Same.
Not based off of the sample that we got in 2017. Those 5 games were against decent teams. The Jaguars at the time were solid. What Jimmy threw like
different player? Was he a different player then?
No. So listen. Let me tell you what I.
He wasn't.
In 2017, he was a little bit.
At that time, he was not. He didn't know the system, so he was kind of like, I don't know. What would you say, TL? He came in 2017,
freestyling.
Yeah,
just throwing
rolling out play action. But we were booty. Teams weren't expecting that from us. We just brought in a different dynamic.
And then I'll say what I need to say, but yeah.
I'm not. Listen, I hope Trey Lance does succeed, because I like players succeeding. But my grade on him is not going to be as a first-year player. He's in year 2.
See,
he's in year 2.
What is that? Why? 2 games? Dude, he had over 600 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. What are you going to give him? What grade?
Patrick Mahomes, when he took over the league, he was here too.
Dude, I can't take it. I know what Nick's trying to say, but it's completely unreasonable. You got 1 game starting against Arizona. You played half a game versus Seattle, and you played for a hurt Jimmy G during the Houston game, right?
Correct.
You put up over 600 yards passing, which I get it. That's not really impressive. But in an NFC championship game, you said it yourself. We gave Jimmy the ball 8 fucking times.
Threw the ball 8 times.
Trey put 600 plus yards up and 5 TDs in a very little fucking time after not playing ball. And I know where they're going with the division he played in college in NDSU. I know that's not sexy. I get it, right? I get it. But Nick is going to come back in here and say to us that I am grading him on a second-year quarterback. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. I don't care what year he's in. He got tangled up in a quarterback controversy that fucked up a lot of his development.
I agree with you. You guys kicked him out again. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. He's right. He is a second-year quarterback, but he's still a first-year starter. That's
exactly.
That's what
Dude,
we're saying.
If he can come back in here and accept that, that's a correction, and he needs to accept that.
Yeah, come on, Nick.
That's like saying Mahomes' second year.
He was in his second season, but he was still a first-year starter, regardless of how you say it. He's still a first-year player.
So because you got to start two games, so you got to start 2 games, that automatically makes you a second-year starter. Bull fucking shit, bro.
No. Well, just like Colton, we have our alignment. We have Colton McKivitz, right? He's going into his 3rd season, but if he gets to start this year and he happens to win right tackle, he's still a first-year starter. Just because in 2 seasons he started 1 game, it doesn't accumulate to him.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't accumulate to him saying, "Oh well, no, he's a 3rd-year starter." No, he's not. He's going into his 3rd season. But if he starts from game 1 and starts the season, then I can say, okay, this is his first year being a starting right tackle.
So hold on. Let's get back to Jimmy G then.
Yeah.
So his rookie year was when he came to San Francisco?
Yeah, so John...
No. He was already in the league.
He's in his 8th year! No.
So here's the thing, brother. So here's the thing. The thing with Jimmy G, he came in...
I muted him. I had to mute him.
I don't think there's any 49er fan after that 2017 season that were not excited about going into 2018. I think we all were excited and were like this. I think the thing with
we were
Jimmy,
drinking the Kool-Aid.
I think the thing with Jimmy, the only thing I didn't agree with the contract is that they gave him a no trade clause. Like to me,
we didn't know that though.
No. It was in the contract stipulations when he signed it. So when he played the 5 games, to me, I don't care how good you play in 5 games. I'm not going to give you a $25 million contract and say you get to dictate where you're going to go. You know what I'm saying? So that was my issue. However, I was happy with the way he looked because we went like 5-0 with him as a starter. So I think everybody was happy with Jimmy at quarterback. I think the issue with Jimmy is that over time, teams started figuring him out. They started figuring out he can't throw outside the numbers. He can't throw deep. He throws over the middle in between the tackles. So we're going to crowd the box and make him be to something different. That's why he throws so many interceptions. But see, the thing is, I get what Nick is trying to say because he is going into his 2nd year, but he's still a first-year starter. And Jimmy had playing time going with the Patriots, and he started a couple games.
He started like 2 games.
Brady was injured.
He got hurt.
He started like 2 games in
That's what I just said.
4 years.
That's what I just said.
Trent Lance started more in his rookie season than Jimmy did it.
So here's the thing though. When Jimmy played,
but Jimmy didn't compete in camp. Jimmy didn't play in preseasons.
Yeah. That's what
technically, Jimmy took the 49ers.
Everyone could be a first-year starter.
Technically, Jimmy took the 49ers to Super Bowl in his rookie season.
Year. In his first year of a starter.
Well, if you're going to look at it that way, you'd say 3rd year because
it's actually 3rd year.
Yeah, it was 3rd.
2017, 2018, he started a couple games and got
no, but he wasn't a full-time starter. Those are just a couple games.
So here's the thing, though. I feel like in 2018, if he would have played a full season, just as my opinion, if he would have played more games, they probably would have figured him out sooner. Because I figure after that, when in 2020, so me, I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I was giving him excuses. I had a couple coworkers who were like, "Nah, Jimmy's not it. No, just give him some time. Give him some time." I didn't see his deficiencies till 2020. That 2020 season, I was like, "No, he has to go." Because I'm looking at him. I'm looking at how he throws the ball. That Arizona game, week 1, told me the whole story. I'm like, this dude is not it.
After week 1 in 2020, I gave a lot of excuses for Jimmy.
Thank you. Same.
We all did. I'm not even ashamed to say it.
It was right before he got injured, like against the Seahawks, that 2020 season.
Yeah.
And then Steve Young started talking about him. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm burying the hatchet with Jimmy. I'm done with him. I closed the book.
You guys, here's the thing. I'm not saying that Jimmy is the reason you guys got to the Super Bowl, but I hear this argument all the time that they figured Jimmy out. How? There was 2 teams surviving in the NFC at the time, and it was the San Francisco 49ers and the LA Rams. And the LA Rams won the Super Bowl, by the way.
Yeah, but we beat them. We beat them you know how hard it is to beat a team 3 times, being the NFC Championship game?
And then you lost.
You know how hard that is?
Then you lost.
We beat them, but not because of Jimmy, but because Kyle put Jimmy in the best situation to win. And you don't understand that, and I don't know why I have to keep telling you.
I think teams figured out Lamar Jackson. I think teams figured out Lamar Jackson.
And they possibly have.
But Lamar Jackson didn't win a lot of games towards the end of the season.
So
I mean, he was hurt. He was hurt
Nick,
a lot of those games.
you don't think that
the
a
Miami
person
Dolphins figured him out, and then the Browns did it, even though they lost that game. They still kind of played well against Lamar Jackson. The next team after them beat Lamar Jackson.
Nick, you're talking about an entirely different quarterback.
Let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you this, Nick.
The quarterback that gets figured out and makes the NFC Championship. I don't think teams figured it out too much.
Let me ask you
dude, you are so fucking wrong, and you're blind. I'll give you. Let me take this. Let me take this for a second.
All right.
You're talking about a mobile quarterback who spite has no deficiency, none like Jimmy.
I think he's a horrible thrower of the ball.
He's not a horrible thrower of the ball. He creates opportunity for his receivers. He gets out of the pocket and he makes opportunity.
At all.
Who's a horrible thrower of the ball? You talking about Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
Dude, Lamar Jackson.
I disagree with that.
He's gotten better. He was pretty bad in the
Well, okay, Nick, let me ask you this.
Why
don't you think so, Nick, let me ask you this. Why don't you think teams have figured out Patrick Mahomes? Teams figured out Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Why don't you think they have been figured out?
Because those guys are the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. Those guys are going to be Hall of Famers. Those guys
they have been figured out, but there's still no stopping those guys.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. Because with Jimmy, because he's so limited. So Aaron Rodgers, he can go into a game and they can study all the film all they want. He figures out, okay, you know what? This is what I need to do to beat this team. He can start off having a bad game, but then he gets it together because he's like, okay, this is what I'm saying. Let me go ahead and start beating them in different areas. Jimmy can't beat you in different areas like these other quarterbacks. No, hold on for a minute.
Dude,
Jimmy can't.
You are getting burnt in this conversation.
Yeah, because look, you look at Aaron Rodgers, you look at Patrick Mahomes, you look at Josh Allen. All these quarterbacks can beat you in multiple ways. That's why. Hold on for a minute. So that's why they're not. That's why you can't figure them out. So with Jimmy, it's like you can't throw outside the numbers. You can't throw deep accurately. Your bread and butter is throwing a 10, 15-yard slant over the middle. We know that's what you do best because you can't beat us in other ways. That's what I mean by saying you figured him out. You take away what he does best, and then he can't beat you in other ways. Where these other quarterbacks, like the ones I mentioned, can beat you in other ways that Jimmy cannot. If that makes sense.
Jimmy's not in the class of Aaron Rodgers. He's not in the class.
You're missing the point, brother. You're missing the point.
Yeah, dude, he can't adapt. He cannot overcome. He doesn't even have the IQ to do it. These are smart football players, bro. They see everything you're putting down, and they're fucking doubling down on that. You are wrong. You know that Jimmy is deficient in every fucking throw. He cannot compete against any of that talent mentioned. Period. Point blank.
How many of those guys were left at the NFC Championship game?
Nick,
that's a defense. That's a defense, and you've got to quit
the running game.
this.
And Debo.
You could actually say it wasn't even a defense. That was like a special teams blunder.
And GB in Green Bay.
Those conditions were unfucking humane. Those conditions were inhumane.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
When you say figured him out, John, Bashar, TL, even me, I'll put myself in this. We could see Jimmy's deficiencies, right?
Yep.
I can see it.
Nick?
Definitely.
And I go back to this because I point blame. I feel like I point blame at Kyle and John Lynch. It was their job to figure him out. It was their job to figure out his deficiencies before they signed him to a large fucking contract like that. That's their job, to figure out these people's deficiencies before putting the ink on the fucking paper.
I agree.
And they failed to do that.
But-
Those guys failed to do that. That's their job to figure him out. And
Okay,
5
that's a
games
good
is
point.
5 fucking games.
Tony,
Let me
that's a
mention
great
this.
point. But at this time, you've already committed to a contract. Go ahead, Bashar.
Oh, I just want to say this really quick. So the 2017 Jimmy, sure, John V and TL will remember this well. I'm not sure if you guys, other guys, watched the Niners that year because we were horrible when Jimmy stepped in 2017. He was way more mobile back then than he is now pre ACL injury. He just had his not just the mobility but the awareness. He wasn't like walking into to people D linemen and say, "Hey, go ahead, you can sack me all day, baby." Or he wasn't doing that pirouette bullshit and then spinning around and then next he gets sacked. His awareness back then was a whole lot better. So I don't know, and on top of his mobility, like I said. So I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like. Not saying that, if Jimmy G had never injured his ACL, that he'd be way better than he is now. But I just felt like it was a better Jimmy G that they saw in terms of the eye test back then. Not that he was airing the ball out and throwing it 50 yards downfield or he was freaking throwing it outside the numbers every single game because he still kind of hid those. He had those deficiencies, but he still kind of hid them. But I just thought around the time that they signed the contract, it was this, about Jimmy G, it was like,
Yeah.
wow, look at this guy. Just imagine how he'll be with the 49ers once we build a good team around him. Because back then we had no receivers. We had no names on defense. It was just, so
Right.
there was all this hope and hype that, hey, we could build something big around him. So I'm not going to blame. I mean, sure, hindsight is 2020. I can look back and say, hey, blame those guys for bringing Jimmy G in. But at the time, it felt like something good. So, you live and learn. They traded those picks to get Trey Lance, and I think Trey Lance will be the guy. I mean, I don't think he'll disappoint, but it remains to be seen. Obviously, we have to see him play games. So.
Yeah, and Nick, all
That's
I'll
a
say,
good point,
all I'll-
Bashar.
yeah, it was. All I say is this, Nick. It's like, okay, and you're right. Like, and I'm not putting Jimmy in the tier with these quarterbacks, but at the same time, he's still an NFL quarterback. An NFL quarterback should be able to make every single throw in football. I'm sorry if you and like Tony said, you paid the man $25 million a year. So to me, you pay a quarterback $25 million a year, he better attack every area of the field. So if you look at Jimmy's interceptions, all his interceptions are over the middle. Like you don't see him throwing interceptions outside the numbers, deep or hardly. And if he does throw deep, usually it is interception, like we had against the Packers game against Jair Alexander. Like he overthrows people all the time. So he's not accurate. So like for instance, like if you got somebody like I've been put in a Derek Carr who has a great arm. You give me Derek Carr on the 49ers, we're winning the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Yes.
We're winning.
So
You what? If Derek Carr was with
Derek
Shanahan,
Carr, I think we would have
winning
won.
the
I
Super
think Derek
Bowl.
Carr is a little overrated.
Wow.
You know what the problem is, DL, is that Nick doesn't put these players. Nick has an opinion only about the man. He doesn't understand the system in San Francisco. So he doesn't get that Derek Carr with our weapons, the very throws that Jimmy can't make, Carr will make, which means that those routes that Ayuk was burning motherfuckers in the secondary, but Jimmy could never get the fucking ball out there. They're never going to do it.
The 49ers have better weapons than the Raiders do.
Okay, so in 20, I disagree.
Oh my
Especially
God,
this
dude. Oh my
season.
God.
So Jesse Naylor, who we all respect on here, me, JV, and Bashar, we know Jesse Naylor. He broke down some film in the NFC Championship game. Brandon Ayuk ran 23 clear-out routes, right? He was open for 17 of them, and not just a yard or two past this corner. He was butt naked wide open. Jimmy didn't throw him the ball one time because you know why? It wasn't in his comfort zone. Derek Carr's throwing that ball. Kirk Cousins is throwing that football. I'm sorry, brother.
I think Ayuk is going to be around 1,000-yard receiver, but I
He'll
don't
be higher
think
than that. He'll
I
be
don't
higher
think
So
than that.
I don't think he's
so
that
let me
good.
ask you this.
I just don't
Let
think
me
he's that
ask you
good.
this.
You guys have
Nick.
Kittle, but they have
Nick.
Waller.
Nick, hold on. So
You can't do what Kittle does.
We're gonna
Kittle
stop
is
the
a fucking
Raiders.
blocker, bro. When the fuck did you see Waller blocking motherfuckers, pancaking fucking linebackers, bro?
Hey,
Don't give me that shit, dude.
Tony,
That's
and
entirely
Tony,
fucking wrong.
Raiders.
And Tony, let's ask this. Okay, yeah, he had Waller, but after Henry Ruggs got into that car accident, who were his weapons? Hunter Renfrow? I mean, come on, don't get me wrong, he's good, but you give Derek Carr, Debo, Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, and Kittle, And then our running game, our scheme, come on, brother.
I think Carr would fucking kill it under Shanahan and the guys.
Dude,
right
he'll destroy it.
We can all agree. Nick's fucking out there on this one. Okay. So
because Nick will not own it, dude. He'll put up Jimmy up against an Aaron Rodgers and a Patrick Mahomes and try to make a fucking argument for them.
Now let me ask you this.
When he is leaps and bounds outside of his fucking brain right now.
I said that he wasn't in their class.
Let me ask you this.
Yo, what's up, man?
Head of the class.
And you can't make an argument.
John, do you think they could have won with Derek Carr?
100%.
Absolutely.
In the Super Bowl? In the Super Bowl, Tony?
Hold on. I'm getting somewhere with this. The Raiders were not supposed to go anywhere last year. They weren't supposed to go anywhere. Okay? They ended up having a hell of a year. They weren't supposed to. Do you mean to tell me you don't think if the 49ers called the fucking Las Vegas Raiders and said, we're going to give you our first round pick this year and our first round pick next year for Derek Carr, we'll even throw in Jimmy G so you'll have a quarterback over there too. They would have done that and sucked your balls.
They would have.
So why the fuck didn't they do that? Why didn't they do that? If 3 49ers fans on here know that Derek Carr could have won them the Super Bowl, why wouldn't they do that instead of pressing reset on the whole fucking thing?
Because, Tony, you would have
saved the pick too.
No way. There's no way that we were ever interested in Derek Carr in that regard. There were talks. They turned away Tom Brady because they were in contract hell with Jimmy. They couldn't get out of Jimmy's contract to sign Tom Brady. I mean, think about how John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan felt when they were stuck up against the fucking ropes and had to turn away Tom Brady and keep this motherfucker? Are you fucking kidding me?
Why didn't they go get someone else? Why didn't they go after Derek Carr?
Because they still had to pay Tom. They still had to pay Jimmy. You got Jimmy for $50 million fucking dollars.
You probably could have got Derek Carr for a first rounder. You wouldn't have to give him 2 first rounders.
Listen, there was shit out there to go get. Okay, you could have got Derek Carr. They gave up what three first rounds for.
We swapped a first and gave up two future firsts for Trey Lance. Yes, sir.
And a bunch of other picks too.
And a third.
And a third.
Does anybody on this panel think they couldn't have got Derek Carr for less than that?
But
I don't think that they wanted to go long term with him.
But Tony, here's the thing: who says he was available? Who knows if they made the call and said, "Hey, let me get this guy," whatever the case may be. I'm just saying.
Anybody.
Tony, what we're trying to say is they may have made the call. But you're not giving up 2 first-round picks for Derek Carr. She's not doing that.
As the 49ers?
Yeah, I don't think you're doing that. Kyle Shanahan never got to draft his guy, Tony. Kyle Shanahan, we just said that John Lynch took the fucking phone call on Jimmy G, right? In 2017, John Lynch tied their hands behind their back, took the call, and signed Jimmy G for a 5-year contract, right? With a no fucking trade clause. Now, you go into this draft, you go into the draft, you give up that capital to get Trey Lance. That was Kyle's opportunity to get his guy. All right? That's his opportunity to get his guy. He saw a raw talent that he feels that he could develop and move forward. And I'm telling you, Tony, that when I told you and Nick before, without Bashar, without TL, whether or not these guys were in the chat or not, I said to you, there are things that Jimmy cannot fucking do that Trey can do. But at the very least, if what you and Nick thought was decent quarterback play out of Jimmy G, that shitty fucking screen game, that throwing fucking passes behind the fucking line of scrimmage and gaining all those quarterback stats came from yards behind the line of scrimmage, right?
They were like extended handoffs.
Jimmy G did not ever take the top off of any fucking defense. I told you, Tony, that you had a quarterback that was elite. You saw that fucking shootout versus the Chiefs was an incredible fucking football game. That is quarterbacking. That quarterbacking is worth $200 million fucking dollars or more.
And Tony, I want to tell you this real quick before you go. And here's the thing, too. One, this is the first time Kyle has ever been able to actually handpick his quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I think you look at the league and how things have been going. I think these teams are now looking at, let me get me a young franchise quarterback in a 4 to 5 year window to see if I can win a Super Bowl. Because one, you're on that rookie contract. Look at what Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs did. Look what Joe Burrow's doing as an elite quarterback. Look what Justin Herbert is probably going to be able to do. So I think they're looking at, like, the league has changed. So I get what you're saying. But here's my thing to Nick. If you feel that Jimmy is such a serviceable quarterback, then why did Kyle Shanahan flirt with every quarterback in free agency and trade to try to get on this team? Deshaun Watson before all the cases. He's tried to flirt with Matthew Stafford. He tried to get all these other quarterbacks. They called Aaron Rodgers on draft day. They called Aaron Rodgers on the Packers on draft day and said, hey, what would you take for Aaron Rodgers? They were trying to get better at the quarterback position, and they've been trying. So to say that, oh, well, Jimmy's, not giving his respect or whatever the case may be, like, the coaching staff is showing you the confidence they have in this man because they're flirting around with everybody else. They swap from 12 to 3 to get somebody else. Because like I said, Kyle is tired of handcuffing his offense with the quarterback who can't make every throw. And like JV just mentioned, the Bills and Chiefs was an epic game. Jimmy's not giving you that type of quarterback play. No. If we're playing Patrick Mahomes and he's lighting us up, we're screwed, brother. I'm sorry. We're screwed.
Yeah, we're not coming back. You put Jimmy on Buffalo? You put Jimmy on Buffalo in that game? You think that Jimmy's keeping Buffalo in that game, bro? Dude, the league has changed.
Highly enough of Jimmy not to start Trey Lance, even when the fan base is clamoring for
Look, if Watson didn't catch those cases, he's a fucking 49er. And I'll fucking bet you that shit.
All those quarterbacks you named are premier quarterbacks. Those guys are elite quarterbacks.
Who? You talking about Herbert and all them, you guys?
The guys that you mentioned prior.
Well, here's the thing, though. So Tony, you're a Bills fan. Look how long it took Josh Allen to become who he is. It took him into his third year to become the beast he is.
Okay.
And you can say that Trey Lance went into you can say second year he was decent, but I'm saying the third year is when he took off.
Yeah.
And can you admit that when Josh Allen was drafted and Trey Lance was drafted, Trey Lance went into a better situation than Josh Allen?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Trey Lance is going into a better situation with the weaker conference on top of that. And I'm going to say this before I let somebody else go. You're saying, well, why didn't we say as fans, what the fans were clamoring for Trey Lance? You know what? We're nobodies, brother. If you're a multi-million-dollar head coach, are you going to care what I say as a fan? No, you're not. Here's the thing. Here's the thing though. One more thing. Two, obviously I don't have anything behind this, but I'm sorry. Jed York, I'm going to say this until I die. I truly believe that Kyle wanted Trey to start, but I truly believe that Jed York had something to do with it. I feel like he's like, look, I understand you want to start Trey. We want to get something back for Jimmy. I'm not putting a $25 million quarterback on my bench. I'm sorry.
It was the money.
Agreed.
That salary.
I'm not putting a 25. If you're the owner, Nick, are you going to put if I'm the up and coming quarterback and JV has been struggling and I replaced him, but he has a year left on his deal, are you going to say, you know what, just go ahead and sit him on the bench? I'll pay him $25 million to hold a clipboard. I seriously doubt that.
And that's not true.
That's my opinion, but I'm just saying.
I'm with DTL.
Now here's the thing. Like this is what I feel about Jimmy. Like, you guys treat Jimmy as if he's not, like you said, he's a back end starter, but you really think he's probably a back end starter, backup quarterback.
He's not top 15. He's not top 16.
He was a backup quarterback. He started as a backup. He'll always be a backup. Sorry.
Quarterbacks at one time when Jimmy got hurt and you lost. Okay, when Jimmy was starting, you won. That's all I'm saying.
Pop dolls.
Those are still related.
Where the fuck do you get? How many of those things do you have?
He is a good enough
quarterback
to be
I got one. I got one for everybody.
Nick, I say back end because he's not top 16 in my opinion. He's in the second.
I think he's in the top 16. I think he's in 16 plus.
See, I disagree. I disagree. I think he's bottom half, and like I said,
Bosa.
like to me, everybody likes to put him in the Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr tier.
Absolutely right in
I feel like that's disrespect. I feel like that's disrespect.
No,
I feel like
Tupac,
no.
though.
I feel like
Oh my
John,
God.
Jimmy. I feel
John,
like
it's
Jimmy
like-
is with the
it's like
with the
Pee-wee's
Mitchell.
Playhouse
Here's the thing too, Nick. If Jimmy was that good, okay, let me ask you this: if Kirk Cousins hurt his shoulder and had to have surgery, do you think somebody would have still traded for him?
Traded for
You
who?
think for Kirk Cousins? Let's just say if it was in Jimmy's situation, because everybody loves to say Jimmy wasn't traded because of the shoulder surgery. If you're a good quarterback, and you can be ready by training camp, they're going to trade for you.
If
Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr.
$27 million, no.
So you don't think if Kirk Cousins hurt his shoulder and he had surgery and they said you could be ready by June, you don't think a quarterback needy team would have took a chance on him?
If Kirk Cousins was owed $27 million, no.
Wow. Okay. I just think,
Dude, I'm sorry. Nick is drunk.
I'm just saying if Jimmy was that good, he would have had a trade partner.
Yeah,
If his winning percentage is that good, all these teams just showed us what they feel about Jimmy. All these quarterbacks, all these GMs and other teams showed us what Jimmy's value is because nobody wanted to trade for him.
Thank you. They want Drew Luck in Seattle, bro. Who the fuck is Drew Luck? Or Drew Lock? Fucking Indianapolis.
Mariota.
Exactly.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Mariota,
Come on, brother.
Trubisky.
I'd rather have.
Like you sit here, you value this quarterback. You got to value. Like, you know what, dude? Cleveland didn't even want Jimmy, bro. Dude, no one's going to take on a quarterback that is that fucking limited. I'm sorry, Nick.
Period.
No one's going to take a quarterback.
Period.
No one's going to take a 16 to 12 quarterback that's worth it.
Hey, Beavis.
No one's going to take a quarterback in that spot at that price.
I'm sorry, Tony. I feel like we're taking over the show. Did you want to change topics, brother? Because I don't think we're going anywhere with Nick. I don't see. Here's the thing, and I'm not taking your football knowledge and disrespecting it. You're talking to 3 49er fans on this panel who watch this quarterback every week for the past 5 years. The dude is never going to win you a Super Bowl. And Tony, you're right. Some of the blame does go on Kyle. Because when you're up
100%,
when you're up 10 points and with 8 minutes left in the Super Bowl and you've been run, I mean, let me tell you how bad it is. Frank Clark said, "Thank God they let Jimmy throw the football. They stopped running. Thank God." Frank Clark was happy.
Tyrann Mathieu said
the same thing. Like they're happy because they know, like, who in the right mind is going to say, "Oh, thank God they let Aaron Rodgers throw the football"? Ain't nobody going to say that. "Oh, thank God they let Josh Allen throw the football." You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to say that to an elite quarterback. Am I right or wrong?
Have you ever heard?
No, you're 100%.
Cousins throw the football.
You said what? I'm taking Kirk Cousins 7 days a week.
Oh, I'm hella taking Kirk Cousins over Jimmy.
I'm right there with you, bro. Like, I feel like, you know what Nick doesn't get, dude, is that we regurgitate 49er content more than any other fan base. I swear to God, I listen to NFL Spaces on Twitter. Bro, I feel like the 49er fan base, and I might be biased, but I feel like we have so many content creators break down so much fucking film. And dude, I don't expect you to understand Jimmy's deficiencies. I only give you a fraction of it. I've only shared with you a fraction, but you don't get it. Like
I have eyes.
Hey,
you have eyes,
Nick.
but they're not doing you any fucking favors.
Next show, come out here with a Jimmy G jersey. Nick.
So,
I
just shut the conversation down with this. If Jimmy was the winner that you feel he is, then why are the 49ers trying so hard to replace him?
I think it's unwarranted.
If he's as bad as you guys say he is, why was he even on the field?
I told you already. I feel like it was Jed York saying, "I'm not paying somebody $25 million to sit on the bench."
Yeah.
Like, do you know that Jimmy G is the highest?
What about before that?
Well, before that,
Then the money is even more, Tony. I mean, we flirted with Tom Brady and we couldn't move Jimmy. At that time, Jimmy is probably owed what, $50 million, TL?
Yeah, at that. Well, no, I think it was a little bit more than that. Because this was this was back in 2020 when we tried to flirt with other quarterbacks.
We were, dude. Do you know how little you have to feel to not be able to move a fucking pain in your ass for Tom Brady? Tony, I mean, this team did all that they could do. I kept saying to you guys at fucking nauseum that we have masked Jimmy's deficiencies to the point where the league caught on. And this past season, you saw we had to use Debo like a running back because we could not get that outside zone. We couldn't run the ball like we did with Mostert. We didn't have that speed. We had to compensate and try to put the ball in the best player's hands. Now, the best player not being your fucking quarterback, the best player being your fucking receiver. And by chance, Debo carried this team on his shoulders for 5 fucking games. It doesn't get any fucking worse. I mean, you are trying to flirt with the NFL. You are trying to put Jimmy in a position to get you something better than a 5th round pick. And you can't.
Right. And
you can't.
Let me ask you this too, Nick. Let's just say that
you can't sell Jimmy to any team. Jimmy going to the NFC Championship. We could not get Jimmy off this roster to not one fucking team.
I agree.
They took fucking Trubisky in Pittsburgh over Jimmy
Mariota.
G.
They took a Marcus Mariota who's been a backup for years behind Derek Carr, who got his job taken from Tannehill. They'd rather go sign him.
But we got Nick from Warren, Ohio, sitting here telling us why Jimmy G is as good as elite quarterbacks. Bro, where the fuck are we right now? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Nick, let me ask you this, brother.
Those guys you mentioned are about half of what Jimmy G is.
Put yourself in Kyle Shanahan's shoes. Let's just say that
they've accomplished way more.
Yeah,
they won Super Bowls.
No, they haven't. When did Mariota win a Super Bowl?
No, Mariota hasn't won a Super Bowl.
Forget about Mariota. I'm talking about the Aaron Rodgers discussion, the Patrick Mahomes discussion.
Those guys. I said he was not in those class.
You were trying to make an argument that he can win as many games in the fact that.
So who's a better quarterback, Nick Foles or Jimmy G? Because Nick Foles has a ring. Oh, he's muted. He can't even talk.
Jimmy G.
Stop talking about the accomplishments, brother. You said you had eyes, and use your eye test. The eye test is not there with Jimmy, brother. So let me put yourself in Kyle. Let me put yourself in Kyle Shanahan's shoes, okay? Let's just say you had this playbook where everybody in the league feels like your playbook is elite. And I'm not saying this because it's my opinion. Everybody poaches our coaching staff. They love anybody who's worked under Kyle. You have
what is that face? What is that face?
Yeah, well, hold on.
What is that face?
Let me ask you this, Nick. You have a playbook that's elite, that you have all these schemes and stuff, but you have a quarterback who can run 60% of it. Would that frustrate you if you had a quarterback who can only run 60% of your playbook?
If he ran 60% of it very, very well, and that's the best I can get, then yeah.
God damn it! The whole fucking league figured you out on fucking 40% of it. The whole league. When a team does not respect you, and they load the box, taking away the only place you can throw the fucking ball, forcing you to go deep, and what? You fucking can't.
Yep. Dude.
You are a fucking receiver. The receiver that you believe can only get what? You say, Brandon Ayuk is an 800, 900, 1,000-yard receiver. He was burning the best of the best. He burnt that fucker in Dallas. And what? And what?
And Nick, do you understand that Brandon Ayuk had 800 and something yards receiving, and he was in the doghouse for like 5 games? He didn't even really play. He didn't even play for 5 games.
Yeah, Ayuk didn't get thrown to for 5 games.
And he had 800 yards. And the times where he was on the field, he was wide open doing all these clear out routes. But guess what? Our quarterback didn't throw him the ball because he doesn't trust his arm to make the throw because he's going to overthrow.
Our quarterback is throwing into triple fucking coverage. Oh, look at that. There's a red jersey in between 3 fucking blue jerseys. Woo!
Jason Aponte.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Jason Aponte.
Holy fuck. I sent you a montage of picks. And what the fuck did you see? What did you see?
Hey, Nick,
what did you see?
Hey, Nick, we have a content creator that was at the joint practices with the Chargers and the Niners. Derwin James picked off Jimmy and laughed and said out loud where everybody can hear, "You're paying this mother effer $25 million. This is a joke."
The whole fucking Chargers
the
team.
whole Chargers squad
is
was laughing at
fucking
him.
laughing at
Yeah,
us.
come on,
In the
bro.
practice, and even in the fucking sidelines at the fucking at a preseason game,
In a preseason
when Jimmy got picked off in the fucking preseason game against the Chargers, they
said
were
what?
all
You
they
know,
were
Bashar-
laughing on the sidelines too.
Sure. You know, it's very funny. It's very funny. Dude, I don't care, Nick. You are fucking looking. You know what bothers me so much is TL asked you to leave accomplishments out of it. Leave the accomplishments out of it. Use your eyes on the physicality, the attributes that Jimmy brings to the table. What does he bring? I'll give you one. He is a great leader in the locker room.
Okay. Great.
Those guys respect Jimmy so much that they are okay with fucking losing.
No, that's not true.
Bullshit! Because we haven't won.
They like Jimmy G because they win with Jimmy G. If they weren't winning with Jimmy G, I got news for you. They might still like him, but they'd want a different quarterback.
If those Chargers,
Our captain.
with the Chargers, were laughing
Yeah.
because of how bad the throw was, and then laughing.
Well, it was the whole joint practice.
Well, it was a whole joint practice. It was just
So
the
they
Derwin
were-
James comment that made the headlines because he said out loud, "You're paying this mother effer $25 million. This is a joke." But the
Exactly.
whole Chargers team throughout the whole practices were laughing at him because he kept throwing interceptions all through the joint practices. And guess what? Every interception, there was none outside the numbers, always between the hashes, 10 to 15 yards up the field, because that's where Jimmy's bread and butter is.
They know where he's gonna throw it so easy.
Exactly.
You guys are
Trying to get
paying
out
this.
of joint
You
practices.
guys are paying this mother effer 25 mil. That's not a Jimmy. That's not
No, it's not his issue.
that's
I
not
agree.
Jimmy's issue whatsoever. The guy's playing.
Yeah,
the best. he
you're
can.
right.
He just happens.
No, you're
to
right.
Suck
You're right.
balls.
You're right.
You're right. But at the end of the day, the guys that you're holding accountable aren't going to go out there and take his place, Tony. I mean, yes, they're at fault. They put all their eggs in one basket, and they got to live with it.
You know what?
They
At
gotta
the
live
end of
with
the day- At the end of the day, fellas, we will see this year. We will see
Exactly.
what Kyle can do.
Yes, but you know what,
His guy.
Tony?
No, you can't.
You
do
know what,
that.
Tony?
You can't
But
do
here's the
that.
thing.
Look at Nick.
Here's the
You can't do
thing.
that.
Here's the thing.
Is Trey Lance a better
We're
quarterback?
gonna see.
That's not true.
We're gonna see.
That's not
Is
true.
he? Is he? I asked the question.
Let me
Is
tell
he
you
a better
what, Nick.
quarterback?
Well, here's the thing, Nick. Our offensive line to me has gotten worse.
Now you're making excuses.
No, I'm not making an excuse. That's
They
the
have
truth.
roughly the same
That's the
team.
truth.
They have roughly the same team.
No, we don't. We're gonna probably
How?
have three new offensive linemen, and two of them are probably going to be second-year players.
If they
So don't give
get-
me that.
We don't even know if we have a center yet.
We don't know if we have a center or a right tackle
Thank
or
you.
left guard or a right guard. We
Yeah,
don't know
dude. Like,
anything.
come on,
There's a
bro.
lot of teams that move centers and right tackles. They're not important.
Dude, you are a fucking Browns fan. We don't expect you to understand. We don't expect you to understand. You haven't won shit.
Left
You haven't won
tackle,
shit.
quarterback, receivers, edge rushers, cornerbacks, and maybe some other stars at different spots. Those are your
Okay,
four.
motherfucker. So we're gonna fucking ignore the right side of the fucking offensive line? Fuck it. You got a left tackle. You got a guard. You got a corner. You're not gonna fucking. You know, if you were a smart man, you would say teams are going to attack you on the right fucking side.
Here's the
The
thing,
quarterback
man.
can see that. They can't see the left side.
Well, here's
That's
the
why
thing.
the left side's
Here's
more
the-
What the fuck does that even mean?
quarterback. Then the right side's more important.
Nick.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my
do you think it's
God.
fair? Okay, here's the thing. You traded all that draft capital because you feel this man is a quarterback of your future. You see what happened to Joe Burrow his rookie year? He was destroyed. Okay. So here's my thing. You trade all that draft capital. Wouldn't you think to yourself, okay, you know what? I need to protect my investment. I'm going to give Trey Lance the best protection possible. That didn't happen. We lost a Pro Bowl left guard to the Jets. We have a hurt right tackle. Tom Compton is gone. Like all the people who play on the offensive line, we have two starters coming back. So don't say that doesn't make a difference. It's not
I'm
like
saying it
it's
doesn't
not
make
like
a
it's not like we
difference.
missed it. Well, it's not like we're
You
missing one
said
linebacker.
that we were making excuses.
They have-
You said we were making excuses.
It's not like we're missing one linebacker or we lost a safety or something. We're talking about three pieces on the line where there's usually five starters.
And you should
Three
replace that.
new pieces. Come on, brother. You
And
gotta
should
you
replace
gotta
that.
keep it real here, man. Like I feel like you're not putting like your thinking cap on. You're
Then-
putting a second year quarterback behind a line that's shoddy right now because we don't know if we have a center.
Is he
We lost a
better
Pro Bowl left guard. No, do you
right
understand where I'm
now?
coming from? Though, do you understand where I'm coming from?
I
Three-
understand.
No, he's not even listening,
three
TL. He's not
starters.
even fucking listening.
No, I am listening.
That-
He's saying that they lost some players and they're not gonna
Not
have
just
the exact
players,
same
brother.
feedback,
3
and I
starters
get
on the
that.
offensive line. Don't you
Yeah.
know? Don't you? Okay, other than the quarterback, wouldn't you agree that the offensive line is the second most important position group on the field?
I saw Jimmy running for his
Answer the
life
question.
last
Answer
year.
the question. Other
Jimmy
than
doesn't
quarterback-
run.
Other than
Jimmy
quarterback,
caves.
Other than quarterback, is this offensive line the second most position group on the football field?
What do you mean by position group?
Defensive line, linebackers, corners, wide receivers. Offensive line is a group, was a position group, right? So
you-
quarterback. So you would say your most important position on the team is a quarterback. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Who other than quarterback, your position group, linebackers, defensive line, edge rusher, whatever the case, who's the second most position group on on the football team?
Well, I mean,
Because without an offensive
there's an
line, their team
argument.
doesn't go.
there's an argument to that. Some people might say
Okay,
your
then.
defensive
So why
line.
you say
Some
we're
people
making?
might
So
say
why
your-
you?
Some
So
people
why
might
you
say
say?
your offensive line. Some people might say your secondary.
I don't
Some
think
people
so.
might say your
I
receiver.
think. Okay. Let me ask everybody else this. JV. Okay. Let me ask you this. Justin Herbert, or no, let's say Josh Allen. If he had no offensive line, is he going to be who he is, or would he struggle a bit?
He would struggle.
He would
Fuck
struggle.
yeah.
Thank you. So I'm saying I don't think that's an argument, brother. I would say your quarterback and your offensive line are the two most position groups.
You know what's crazy,
We can
TL, is that
talk about this forever, but this is going to be the last thing I say on it. They have roughly the same team. Yes, there are some parts that are missing.
they don't have the same team.
They don't.
If they don't have a similar amount of, they don't have to have the same exact success, but if they don't have a similar type of success, and what I mean by that is not getting bounced the first round of the playoffs, making the playoffs, winning a game or something, because they just made the NFC Championship. If they don't have a similar amount of success and they fall back, they're gonna be heads are gonna roll down that field.
TL, he's.
some fans,
You know what?
To some fans, I
You know
agree.
what, Nick?
To some fans, I agree. To some fans, are going to be like, "See, you should have kept Jimmy. He took us, and that's a word. That's the
Yes,
key word.
exactly.
He took us. He didn't take us
And
nowhere."
That's exactly right.
So-
And you're going to
so
put
here's
Nick in that. Nick and a lot of the outside fans, TL, are going to jump on that bandwagon. They're going to say the same shit because Nick's going to sit here and say to us that the 3 men that you lost on your offensive line are not going to matter because you roughly have the same team, irregardless of the fact that if this were Jimmy going into this next season, he would not even be half of what he was last season. You're going to see Trey Lance running for his life if the right side of the line cannot protect him.
And that line wasn't like a great line. I saw Jimmy like that interception that you guys like to talk about where he threw it at the end of the Rams game. That was because the line basically olayed the defensive line for the Rams through.
Is that you? Who's that? Is that Joey?
That's Joey.
That's Joey Mahoney. You want in?
What's going on?
What up, Joe?
It's been Nick and John V tearing each other's heads off today. So
What's going on?
I'm trying to stop talking about this. I actually made a thing that I didn't want to talk about this anymore because it's just going to keep going.
Yeah, but you, Nick, you're sitting here you're saying that we're making excuses because we lost players on the offensive line.
You're making excuses for Trey Lance in the inevitable case that he doesn't.
But you made the same excuses for your fucking deficiencies. Oh, you made the same excuses.
Roughly the same.
No,
release.
you made the same fucking excuses for Baker Mayfield's deficiencies this past season. You
No, I
said, bullshit.
What were my excuses?
Your offensive line was banged up. COVID, blah, 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 blah,
My
blah.
excuses were he had a fucking cracked shoulder and a torn labrum. Those are my excuses for Baker Mayfield.
Tony's back.
On top of
What's
that,
up?
I'm not even defending Baker Mayfield because I don't think he
Tony has done
in
it
terms of being
again.
able to be a quarterback.
Hey,
And I
Nick,
don't-
You are waiting. You know what? 49er fans, for fucking people just like you and those Jimmy motherfucking sexuals that suck that motherfucker's dick every fucking chance they get. You are fucking holding that motherfucker or you're holding the fucking towel. One way or another, you can hold the towel to every dick sucker's chin because I'm going to tell you this right now. When you and every other fucking cocksucker hope that Trey Lance fails miserably, I will fucking be here. I will put you on this fucking show to fucking tell the world that you were fucking wrong. I don't care what you say.
And Nick, you definitely got your head in his lap. Like something fierce.
He does. He's got his head resting right there, dude. He's holding the fucking towel.
I have
Joey,
no
what's
issue.
up, man? I like to hear your comments, Joey. What's up, man? What you got to say?
Man, I'm getting in kind of late, so I kind of missed the party. But what we talking about? Trey Lance? Is that what we're talking about?
Trey Lance and Jimmy. What else?
So basically, what he's saying is if we don't have a similar success with Trey Lance starting this year, it's a failure basically, and that pretty much he feels that Jimmy gets unnecessary hate on this team, and that it's unwarranted why we want to get rid of him.
I mean,
Nick, you can't disagree with that because that, in a nutshell, is exactly how you feel.
Yeah. So go ahead, Joey. What do you think, Joey?
I think Trey Lance is an amazing quarterback. I mean, we've seen it. He can do so much more stuff than Jimmy can, and the whole thing about Jimmy is he can't throw outside the numbers, and Trey can. And Trey can move. Jimmy can't. He can extend plays. Jimmy can't. Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm not saying he's horrible, but he ain't good either. he's like right in the middle, bro. It's just like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. And we know as Niner fans that he ain't gonna take us over that hump that we need him to take us to. And Trey, we can hope that he can, and he has more upside. So we'll see. But with Kyle Shanahan, that run game, this new kid we got, my guy Danny Gray,
the defense,
Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. I mean, it's gonna be hard for this kid to fail. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Look at it this way.
Warner Bosa.
Joe,
Yes,
do you remember when Fred Warner addressed the media and said that Trey Lance was giving them fits? Like he was staring down the receivers and shit. He was staring down the secondary. He was pissing them off. He was pissing them off. Okay, so at the end of the day, we know that our locker room doesn't want to go out there and put any bad fucking juju on Jimmy because Jimmy is a leader, and I will never take that away from him. But I have a problem with the team that will accept mediocre gameplay. I have a problem with that.
Right.
I have a problem with that. Like you are way more. That's your bro, and you are cool with it. But at the end of the day, the 49ers are paying you and 5 others
and JV,
top money at your position.
And JV, here's the issue with JV, Joey, and Bashar. It's an issue when your highest paid player is your biggest hindrance on the team.
Right.
That's an issue, brother. That's an issue, brother. Like I don't see you look at Aaron Rodgers being the highest paid player, and I understand what you're going to say. He's not Aaron Rodgers. I'm just saying. On 90% of the teams, the quarterbacks are the highest paid players, and they're not the biggest detriment on the team.
My God, look at Buffalo.
Our team,
look at Buffalo, TL. Look at Buffalo right now. Look at Josh Allen. I tell Tony this all the time. Look at Josh Allen. That dude was criticized for accuracy issues. He came from us. They criticized Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. They criticized him.
They did.
And look at who he is today. He is by far one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league right now.
And he didn't. And he didn't get the top 5 by sitting on the bench and holding a clipboard.
Thank you.
Nope, he did not.
Thank you.
Buffalo put him out there.
Right.
I'm sorry, but Buffalo did everything they needed to do. They built a successful offense around Josh Allen.
And Nick to go.
I'm sorry, but Josh Allen is the tip of the iceberg. That is the poster boy of every quarterback moving forward. That's just a fact.
I want to say this for all the 49er fans out there. I want to say this because I care about you guys. I do. I got one that's my best friend up here. I care about you guys.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
I would implore you, don't believe Trey Lance is Josh Allen and he will be Josh Allen.
We're not
You-
saying
Why?
he has to
That's
be.
what we're saying.
You can hope.
Why can players not have a comparison in your eyes? Why can players not be compared?
Well,
Why?
I think what he's saying, JV, I think what he's saying is don't expect Trey Lance to be that.
Don't
good.
want.
Yeah.
Hope he is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But don't just automatically assume he's going to be. Because if you do that, you may be setting yourself up for a huge, huge letdown.
And
We're
and
not.
here's the,
We
here's the
don't
thing. Here's the
ask.
thing I'm
We
gonna
don't
say.
ask our quarterback
Yeah.
to drop back 50 times a game either. Though we
That's
run the
true.
ball 65% of the time, so he's not going to be asked to throw for 300 plus yards every game.
Yeah, and Nick, here's
I'm
my issue with
telling
what
you,
you were saying
I
earlier.
understand.
Like you were saying that Trey
Of
Lance is
course,
going
you
into his second
don't
year, and I agree with that. But here's the thing: so Jimmy just finished his 8th year. Okay, just finished his 8th season. And you can say what you want. I don't believe he took us to an NFC championship, but let's just go. Let's just say what you're saying. He took us to an NFC championship. Okay, so you're saying that an 8-year vet taking us to an NFC championship has to be on par than a second-year starter going to an NFC championship. If not, it's a failure. That's not fair, brother. So you're saying somebody who has 6 years less experience has to take the team to the exact same spot. Otherwise, it's not the same. It's a failure.
But here's the
That's not fair.
argument. But here's the argument from 49ers fans. The argument from 49ers fans is that Trey Lance is better than Jimmy is right now. If your argument is that Trey Lance will be better than Jimmy has ever been, that's fine. I can roll with that. And then you're saying like he'll be a better quarterback 5 years from now, 4 years from now. That's great. But the argument for 49ers fans is that Trey Lance is better than Jimmy Garoppolo is right now. So if you just have a team that has roughly the same team coming back, and you have a better quarterback, then you should at least expect a similar result.
If we tell you that 3 of our starting offensive linemen are no longer here, why do you keep saying that it's roughly the same team?
Because you don't get any
He's already at a disadvantage.
You don't get everyone back. You have to make sacrifices at some point.
I think
Every team does.
I think our point is though, brother, is that you're setting up, and I get it. So even if you say roughly a same team, you're still putting Jimmy at an advantage with him having two Pro Bowlers on that offensive line, people who have continuity. We've lost those guys. So now you're looking at. So hold on.
You know what, TL? It's okay though, because technically, when you have a mobile threat like Trey Lance, you can compensate for those losses.
There.
Jimmy going into next season could not be what Nick thinks he is without Compton, without Tomlinson.
Exactly.
Jimmy is not mobile. He's a fucking statue. All right? And Nick knows that because he's got Baker Mayfield, who makes the same fucking mistakes as the first overall draft pick. Okay? So I want to see you keep the same fucking energy when Trey Lance avoids that right side, if in fact that right side struggles, and Trey Lance compensates for that, just like, all right, I don't want to compare.
John V, check that private chat really quick.
Hey Joey, I have a question for you, brother.
Yes, sir.
I asked Nick, and
Sorry,
he said this question is kind of subjective to whoever's opinion it is. Other than the quarterback, what position group on the field is the most important on this team?
On any team.
On any team, other than quarterback. What makes a team go after the quarterback? Like, what do you think you have to have in place?
You definitely have to have an edge. I mean, we got that in Nick Bosa.
Position group.
So that's a position group, not one position. What not? I know edge is important.
Offensive line.
That's exactly what I said.
Offensive
line.
I said the same thing. I said you put defensive line. You put the offensive
I said
line.
that. I said that multiple times. I didn't say what position. I said position group, which edge is part of D line. Offensive tackle is part of offensive line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Safety is part of your DBs. That's what I'm saying. Position group, other than
Nick, do you know what happens? Do you know what an O-line's biggest problem is with a mobile threat? Do you know what their biggest trouble is?
Holding.
Right. I mean, what? You don't think Trey Lance? So if the O-line, if that position group struggles on the right side, because that's where we lost most of our depth, our starters were offensive linemen on the right side. So what do you what do you think hurts Trey Lance's development moving forward?
What do I think hurts? I mean, I don't think anything hurts his development going forward. I just don't know how good the guy is.
Yeah.
So you don't think that guys stepping in for starters are going to hurt Trey Lance? Because we have that reserved fear. Like, we're worried about that. Like, 49er fans are worried about the offensive line.
I'm sorry, Tom Compton. I don't care if you lose him. That's not an excuse losing Tom Compton.
Tom Compton was at one point one of the top right tackles in football.
He was.
And Tom Compton ain't all that. He ain't shit. We know that.
Because
I got news for you. You're going to lose to Laken Tomlinson every year. He might not. His name might not be Laken Tomlinson.
We developed Tomlinson. We developed him. We made it so that he could get the bag elsewhere.
I'll let Joey go right now, but I think my situation is the reason why I say offensive line is the biggest factor other than quarterback as position group, because offensive line at any position group has the most continuity.
Yep, you have to have cohesion.
You have to have cohesion.
It's not like he could just fill in this guy. Oh, he was hella good elsewhere and he can play here and play. It's not like you just plug and play people. People have to be familiar with what everybody's going to do, especially on blitz pickups and all that. So cohesion is it has to be. It's a unit. D-line is not necessarily a unit because you can mix and match guys all the time and you're just fine.
Good point, Bashar.
That's exactly what I was. That's exactly why I say.
And
that's exactly why I say, brother. Other than quarterback, the offensive line is the most important position group because, like Bashar just said, any other thing like the DBs, all this stuff, everybody's pretty much have their own assignments and stuff like that. When you're on the offensive line, it's blitz packages, it's whatever the case may be. You have to have that. You have to have that cohesion and that continuity as an offensive line to let it to make that team go. Without no offensive line, your team is trash, brother. I'm sorry.
Okay, and for the record, the Celtics lost 118-107 to the Heat.
Okay. What's up, Joey? You want to make a point, Joey?
Yeah, that's why I'm giving him a little bit of wiggle room with that.
You weren't giving them wiggle room before. No, you weren't.
I told you he didn't have to get to an NFC Championship game. He just has to have a similar type of success.
You said that we just don't have to lose in the first round of the playoffs. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with the 49ers schedule the first 5 weeks, like, I'm going there, bro. Like, I'm waiting to see how Trey does in the first 4 or 5 weeks of the schedule because that tells me everything I need to know.
I'm saying he has to have roughly the same amount of success. I'm giving you a little bit of wiggle room for Laken Tomlinson and Tom Compton.
I mean, Nick, do you even have any concern for how the Browns offensive line are going to how they're going to go with Deshaun Watson, provided he's not suspended? Like, do you have any concern?
I have no concern whatsoever.
Okay. And if three of those guys are gone, Conklin, because when Conklin was out, you were like, John, we didn't have Conklin.
Conklin's still on the team.
I'm just being honest.
The voice of Danny Bonaducci.
That was one.
It's not that we didn't have Conklin. We didn't have Conklin. Jedrick Wills was playing on one leg. We lost our key rotational player, James Hudson.
Trent Williams was playing on one fucking leg in the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I'm just going to tell you, like, you're discrediting.
Did I ever say anything bad about Trent Williams?
Don't make excuses.
So Nick, all the players you named.
Don't make excuses.
You're the one making excuses. Jimmy had to run for his life because Trent Williams was playing.
Jimmy didn't run anywhere. Jimmy stood there and took the sack.
Maybe
Jimmy didn't run.
Maybe Jimmy Garoppolo had a healthy Trent Williams.
That's pretty much what he did all year.
And would have never threw that interception. Maybe he would have marched you down and won the game.
Doubt it.
Jimmy didn't run. Jimmy stood there and got sacked.
What's up, Joey?
And he never threw the ball away.
Hey, Nick, can I tell you something? You do realize that in the Super Bowl that we lost, Jimmy Garoppolo had a passer rating of 2 in the fourth quarter. In the NFC Championship game, Jimmy Garoppolo had a passer rating of 3.
If they would have just kept running,
he's not a good quarterback.
So his passer rating is bad because we were throwing the football. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
My argument for Jimmy Garoppolo is that he's like somewhere between 16 and 12.
In
You're too generous.
You're generous, brother.
More like 17 and 23.
His win was 16 and 12.
So you think there's an argument for him being a top 12 quarterback?
I think if you have a good defense, which the 49ers do, you got a solid run game, capable run game, which the 49ers do. You got guys like Debo Samuel.
How effective is your defense if your quarterback cannot keep them off the fucking field, Nick? Come on, dude. You're not even being fair, bro. Like, if your quarterback sucks, your defense can't be as good as they should be. They can't.
You know what's
they don't rest.
JV? Hey, for Joey, Bashar, and JV, I don't know any other team that we have to have everything go perfect because we're expecting Jimmy to throw an interception.
Yep.
So
you got to build an all-star, all pro team around them.
So you got these other teams that you got, and like I said, and I know you said don't put them in the same category. Our point is, like, if Jimmy, so we all expect Jimmy to throw an interception. Like, it's pretty much 50-50 is going to happen. Yeah. So we go into every game like, man, my quarterback's going to throw an interception. So hopefully we have an effective pass rush. Hopefully special teams don't have any blunders. Hopefully we get an interception. Hopefully the run game. It's so many hopefuls that have to happen for us to win the game, because with a good quarterback who can win you games can make some mistakes. Patrick Mahomes can go in there and throw 2 interceptions and still win the game because he has the arm strength and the tools as a quarterback to win you a game. That's why I say your blinders are on, and you're saying he gets unwarranted hate. But at the same time, like I said, you don't see teams saying that. We have to have everything go perfect. You should hear our 49er spaces, brother. People will come on and say, if this happens, if that happens, if it's like, oh my God, like, okay, so you want every other, and this is what's sad, Nick. Everybody, all 52 men, or how many people dress on a Sunday, 46 or whatever the case may be. So all 46 guys have to be perfect for us to win, except for the quarterback.
Like, I think that's how you guys view it. But
no, that's not how we view it. That's the truth,
Nick,
brother.
Nick, come on, dude.
Jimmy doesn't have that many. I mean, he's not like an interception machine.
He has more turnovers and touchdowns in his career, brother.
Does he?
Yes.
He fumbles the ball a lot too. He has terrible hands.
He has more turnovers than he does touchdown passes, and that's including.
This is why I always say, TL and Bashar and Joe, when outsiders look at Jimmy, they only see where Jimmy took us. They don't have all of the content that we have, dude. So, like, come on, guys. All of us are guilty at one point or the other as saying, Jimmy G, we all rode the coattails, bro. We drank the fucking Kool-Aid. Everybody here. And I don't give a fuck what 49er fan says they didn't. They drank the Kool-Aid. Yep. And over time, we learned Jimmy's deficiencies. And
over time, that Kool-Aid started tasting like shit.
In no year has Jimmy Garoppolo thrown more interceptions than touchdowns.
What are they? So what's the total?
I said in his career, he has more turnovers than he has.
He must have a shitload of fumbles.
He does.
He must have like 40 of them.
He fumbles a lot, bro.
He fumbles a lot, brother.
He must have like 40 fumbles then.
Let me see.
All right, Nick, do your job.
So what is it, Nick?
I see what he's looking at. He's looking at the 71 touchdowns and the 38 interceptions. That's what he's looking at. What you're looking at?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me find that, because I know we saw it. It was like he had more turnovers, like total turnovers, than he did. Then he had touchdown passes.
Fish whispered Tony had to go. We didn't give him a final send off, but hey, I want to say thanks to Tony, man. He's awesome, dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
Hang on. I'll be right back, guys.
He has 14 fumbles in his career.
Let me find what I'm talking about here. Let me see.
I mean, Nick, at any capacity, do you think that those stats are? Do you think that what you're looking at is fucking?
I think you guys. I think you guys had.
Did we win a Super Bowl with Jimmy? Did we win a Super Bowl with Jimmy?
How many wins
with Dan Marino?
Nick, how many wins would Jimmy Garoppolo have on the Browns if he played a full 17-game season?
It probably is. I'll give you this: if he played when Baker started, he would have at least as many wins as Baker Mayfield.
And
So
did Baker Mayfield ever take you to a Super Bowl or an NFC Championship? Not Baker himself, but the Browns. The Browns team on paper was a Super Bowl contender and had equal odds as the San Francisco 49ers going into last season.
So
they were plus.
So the San Francisco
1,500 or 2,500. I'm sorry, one or the other.
So the San Francisco's 49er team of not last year but the year before was roughly the same team as this past year's team.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Nick Bosa tore his ACL. He wasn't even there for the whole season. What are you talking about?
I'm talking before the season started.
Well,
I'm talking going into the season.
Okay.
Injuries derailed that season. Injuries derailed this Brown season. It happens.
So you said that he'd have the same amount of wins as Baker Mayfield. Do you think so? Would you put Jimmy and Baker Mayfield on the same tier?
Yes. Absolutely.
So you would say so. There's an argument that Baker Mayfield and Jimmy are top 12 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Maybe 12.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That's fucking insane. I mean, it's upsetting.
Look at the list of 12 best quarterbacks, and you won't be that shocked to believe when it comes down to who's at 12.
Nick, I'm a guy that says that stats don't exactly equate to fucking victories.
I could name 12 guys on top of my head that are better than Jimmy right now.
So can I.
Easy.
It gets really iffy. It gets really iffy after 8.
Who's better? Who would you say is better, Dak Prescott or Jimmy?
Dak Prescott.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure because you.
Okay. Tannehill or Jimmy?
That's pretty equal, I think.
Equal.
So he said. So he said that Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins are pretty much around the same tier as Jimmy. I disagree with that.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think they're in the same tier.
All right. So Nick, hold on, Nick. Hold on. So I don't know if Nick values coaching. I don't know if he equates that in his assessment. So those quarterbacks, Carr, Tannehill, Cousins, under Shanahan with this team, the 2019 team, the 2020 team, and the 2021 team.
Mm-hmm.
Are those quarterbacks making the playoffs under Shanahan?
Which?
Tannehill, Cousins, Carr.
So you're saying if Tannehill is the coach of the Titans or the Raiders or
No. If Shanahan coached Carr in 2019, if Carr was in the Super Bowl with Shanahan in 2019,
what team are they playing on?
The San Francisco 49ers.
The NFL has Jimmy G ranked the 20th best quarterback. And let me tell you, hold on, I'm just going to tell you the list here. Just so because you say he's top 12, and I'm looking at these quarterbacks, and he's not even close. So you got Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes.
What number are we at?
Well, after I said Patrick Mahomes, I named 7 already.
Okay, 7. Who do you get really iffy after 8?
Kyler Murray. Come on now. You don't think he's better than Jimmy?
No, I don't. What the hell's Kyler Murray?
I'll take Kyler any day over Jimmy.
Okay, we have Dak Prescott.
In my sleep, I'd take Kyler.
What the hell's Kyler Murray?
Got Dak Prescott, okay. Derek Carr, Russell Wilson.
Okay, 9.
Russell Wilson. Kirk Cousins.
Nope.
Lamar Jackson.
I'll take her.
Lamar Jackson.
Wait, you say no,
Lamar.
but Kirk Cousins has
what about Matt Ryan?
No.
What?
He won an MVP.
Not now.
Matt Ryan fell off, though. I mean,
Matt Ryan.
But he's still better. He's still better than Jimmy.
What's Matt Ryan done?
Maybe I didn't watch Matt Ryan last year, but I know he did best.
What about Carson Wentz? Is he better than Jimmy?
No.
I'll take Carson. I'll take Carson Wentz any day over Jimmy. Any day.
It's not close.
Jimmy's Carson Wentz one of the worst starting quarterbers in the league.
And he keeps beating us.
He's on the other side of 20.
Nah, I doubt that. Okay, so those are the quarterbacks, and they got
what about Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts.
They got him after Jimmy.
I'm not. Yeah, Jalen Hurts and Jimmy are kind of. I mean, Jalen Hurts obviously has upside, but they're kind of on the
I don't
same
think he has
tier.
much upside to be completely
They got
honest.
Jameis Winston. What about him? Is he better than Jimmy?
No.
My God. I mean, it's just,
What has
dude.
Jalen Hurts ever done to be above Jimmy Garoppolo?
I mean, what bothers me so much is that you're only taking Jimmy's success with a team that carried him. Like, you are not looking at this.
No, I'm not. Listen, when it all comes down to it, 49ers suck. Jimmy Garoppolo comes on the team. They win. Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback.
He wins games.
He got hurt. He got hurt after that year, right?
He got hurt in 2018.
Okay.
And 2020.
Okay.
But San Francisco doesn't build a defense. San Francisco doesn't build a defense in any of that time period.
And the running game.
They had a good defense that time too. Jimmy Garoppolo plays a full season. They get into the Super Bowl. Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt again. They start Nick Mullins, who's a decent quarterback. He's not
even a starter in this league.
You know what's
he would,
TL and
Nick. He
Nick.
could have won that game
Nick.
against the Raiders.
Nick.
Derek Carr.
You know what, Nick, you know what's crazy is that as a Browns fan, you have to understand how important Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt have been to your team. Like, you have to understand how important your run game has been to your success under Stefanski.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when we established Shanahan's system is predicated off the run. The pass game is set up off the run. So, okay. So
why weren't you guys able to win with Nick Mullins?
I mean,
he's not
Nick
a starting
Mullins.
quarterback. He's not a starting caliber quarterback.
There's not much difference between a high-end backup, and a low-end starter.
I wouldn't say that Nick Mullins is a high-end backup, brother.
Okay.
Like
Mullins was not a high-end backup.
no, if you want to compare,
he wasn't even drafted. He was.
Now, if you want to compare like Jimmy G with the Marcus Mariota or something like that, I think Marcus Mariota can come in and win just as many games as Jimmy can.
I think Mullins is a fine backup. I think you can win a couple games with Nick Mullins. He could come in and he could win a game. When Nick Mullins was the starting quarterback for us, when he had to play that game, I wasn't really that disappointed.
But you would consider him a high-end backup?
Okay, maybe I was talking on my ass with a high-end
Okay.
No, I think Nick Mullins.
You know what? I respect you for being honest.
Nick Mullins is probably a decent backup. But Nick Mullins does have almost a full year of starting experience. How long backups have that?
You know, when the playoffs were on the line for the Browns.
Hey, JV, I'm about to get out of here, bro. I'm about to go, but I'm just still baffled that this man said that Kyler Murray is below Jimmy G.
I mean, it's hard.
Comedy.
I mean, dude,
Kyler Murray didn't beat you guys last year. Cole
McCoy
came in to whoop your guys' ass.
No, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray did beat us too. He beat us too.
No, he beat you guys, but you guys really got beat by Colt McCoy.
Okay. I mean, we'll give you that. I mean, that's embarrassing. We did.
I mean, I don't get scared of
Kyler Murray.
Any team in the league would still take.
Well, here's the thing, though.
But you also couldn't beat a Chiefs team that was out without Patrick Mahomes. You got beat by Chad Henne.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I don't give a fuck.
Kyler Murray, before he got hurt and before the
Chiefs went on to play the fucking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. You could have fucking ended that. You couldn't.
Kyler Murray.
You had 2 quarters to do it.
Our team wasn't good enough.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey, Nick, here's the thing with Kyler Murray and Kirk Cousins. Here's the thing with Kyler Murray.
I don't give a fuck.
That's the difference between you. I can just say we weren't good enough.
Well, here's the thing, though, Nick. Before, because if you look at Kirk Cousins, the first 6-7 games in the season, he was balling out, and Kyler Murray was balling out too. But here's the thing: not one time has Jimmy ever been in the conversation of being an MVP. First 7-8 weeks, Kirk Cousins and Kyler Murray were in the conversation.
And then they do what they do.
No, I wouldn't put Kirk Cousins played his tail off. It wasn't him the reason why they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, pretty good team. If he's any damn good, he should make the playoffs.
That's not true, brother. If he's you don't always. There's
Oh,
some
you
teams.
don't
Look
always
at what happened to Matt.
You don't always make the
Yo,
playoffs.
look at what
But
happened
a
to
great
Matthew
quarterback-
Stafford.
Well,
Yo, look
Matthew
what
Stafford
happened
was with
to
the Lions. Exactly. Go ahead, Joey.
No, I was gonna say you're saying well, Kirk Cousins this, Kirk Cousins that, and you look at the team, but look at the team that Stafford was on. He was on a shitty ass team, but he was a great quarterback. Went
Thank
to
you.
a really good situation and won a
No,
Super Bowl. So what are
thank
we
you.
talking about?
Exactly.
Minnesota is a good team. That's the thing. Minnesota does have a decent defense. Minnesota has a great running back. Minnesota.
Their
has
division
great
is
receivers.
fucking garbage pails.
Minnesota
Like
has
lined
great
up,
receivers.
4 shitty ass pails.
Detroit, most of the time, had a horrible team.
Yeah, but
can
that
we-
doesn't-
Chicago
that-
was a fucking disaster.
But that doesn't
Chicago
back-
was trash.
But that doesn't
Yeah.
back up your narrative, though, Nick, because you said this is your words. If you're a good quarterback, you'd make the playoffs. So
No,
it
on
doesn't
a
matter
good
what team.
team.
Doesn't matter what team you're on, right? If you're
No,
good, so look at Russell Wilson. He's had a terrible offensive line. He's never really had until the last couple of years a dominant receiving weapons. He's made the playoffs every single year because he is a great quarterback on a better situation than Matthew Stafford. So you can't say if you're a good quarterback then you should be able to make the playoffs.
No,
like Joey just said. That's what you said, brother.
No, what I said was they have a good team. You should make the playoffs.
That's not what you said, though.
Hey, really quick, John V.
We can watch that.
John V.
We can watch that back and see. That's exactly what I said.
John V, can I share my screen really quick? I just have a break for some comic relief, really quick.
Please,
That's one.
please send it.
Before I
Do
go
it.
off.
I think you're muted.
I think you're muted, brother.
Just a second. There you go. Oh, here, hang on. Is there a way to make it?
I can see it fine though. Say the
Yeah.
line.
It's, well, if what's a yeah, there you go. When you make it full screen, it's basically see that, Joey?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, and here's the thing about Matthew Stafford. I really don't think he's elite. I think he's
Won a
very
Super Bowl.
He's not elite, but he's good. He's better than
very
Jimmy.
good, but he ain't elite.
Better than Jimmy.
Is he top 8? Was he top 8 for you?
Yeah, he's top 8, but he's like at the back end of that. Like I think you have like 4 or 5 elite quarterbacks.
I think Jimmy's 32.
He said
All right,
32.
fellas, I'm gonna get up out of here,
All
man.
right, TL, take care, man.
All right, man.
Listen,
Yeah, I was
TL,
getting
man, I
really tired.
appreciate
I've
you,
been out here
brother.
for-
Hey, Nick,
It's almost 3 hours for us, bro.
Hey, Nick, you're pretty.
Yeah, that's insane, dude.
Hey, Nick, you're pretty delusional. You're pretty delusional when it comes to Jimmy, but I do respect you, man. Like it was good conversation.
It's always a good time. It's always a good time. You know?
Yeah, I'm ready to call it night, guys.
Yo, TL, later. Me too, bro. Listen,
John V,
Bashar,
give me a bump, John
yo,
I'll
listen,
V.
bro.
Yeah.
Joey, I appreciate you. Bashar, thank you so much, man, for coming on
Thank
the
you,
Locker
thank
Room
you.
Rant, bro. Usually these shows don't go this long, but whenever Jimmy is in the conversation, God damn it, it drags the night, man. It drags the night.
That's why we don't really want to
Listen.
talk about it much anymore because it's just we're going to regurgitate the same stuff over and over again.
It is. It is. Listen, it's been a pleasure, bro. Thank you both for joining the Locker Room Rant. 49er minded, brother. Thank you so much, Bashar. I appreciate you, man.
Welcome.
You tell the rest of the crew, if anybody's watching this after 2 hours and 52 minutes, where they can find you, my man.
Just obviously subscribe to 49er Minded YouTube channel, at 49er Minded on Twitter, 49er Minded on Instagram, and there's a Facebook on 49er Minded page as well. And yeah, man, if you have any questions, just hit me up on Twitter. I'm the most active on Twitter. I'll announce all my featured guests on there, and sometimes I'll post little clips from the show. And yep, and I always have a little rant of mine, and check it out.
All right, my man.
All right.
Thank you so much. Joe, thank you,
welcome.
brother. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, we didn't talk pizza, so we'll do it another time when we talk pizza and all
We got
kinds
to
of
talk
crazy
pizza.
stuff.
Let's
Yeah,
get
yeah.
on here and talk pizza, Bashar.
Yeah, we got to do it.
All right,
It's the
my man.
off season, so we have all the time in the world.
You guys ever come to Northeast Ohio? We'll buy you guys some Sunrise Inn or some Facilios.
Yeah, you guys say you guys got great pizza out there, so let's check it out.
The East Coast is got
All right,
good
buddies,
pizza,
I'm
man.
out of here. I'm really tired, man. Been out here for almost 3
Later,
hours.
family.
See ya.
Peace.
Take care.